And we're back live on another college basketball live bet stream here on Pub Sports Radio. Here with me, like every Saturday, is my guy C-Mac. What's up, C-Mac?
Yes, we are live. Baby live. That's how they say. Cavs. Another Saturday morning stream. Pumped to be here because we got a shitload of college basketball, NFL playoffs, the UFC's back. And of course, we got a big NBA, NHL card. So big Saturday. Basketball's been very good to me as of late, so I can't complain. So I'm trying to pick my spots out here in these early games. But let's get to this game here real quick. I'll throw it back to you. I don't think you have anything in this game, but Syracuse, UNC, we got a big number here. 13 is a 13.5. North Carolina red hot. Yeah, beat NC State. You cashed with that. I did not. I thought it was a good spot for third straight road game for UNC. And we were talking about in the back, the defense just shutting down. I didn't think it was really for real how they've come to play since conference play started. But they've been very good as this North Carolina team. Will it continue? I don't know. But they've looked good lately. Now they're laying a big number. You think, would you lay it here? Or what do you think?
So, and you know, I've been on North Carolina. I bet the last 3 weeks, or I guess not weeks, last 3 games I've cashed on North Carolina. Here, I'm not going to lay it. I mean, I think Syracuse is a little bit better team than people, are giving them credit for. Obviously, you see their record. They've got a good record. Haven't beat a lot of people. And North Carolina, you said it, they're playing really well. But this is just a lot of points, against a solid Syracuse team. I don't have any illusions that I don't think Syracuse is going to come in and win this basketball game. But could they keep it close? Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me at all. You look at last season, the Tar Heels won by 4 last season. They needed overtime the year before that to win. They won by 9, but they needed overtime to win that. So if you're talking went to 4 last year, went to overtime 2 years ago, these are just games that have stayed close. And, Syracuse has a lot of rest. They've only played 1 game since January 1st. So you look at it, I think one reason why I think Syracuse can keep this close is because they are a pretty good defensive team. They lead the ACC in steals right now. I just think it's too many points. I love the idea of live betting this game, C-Mac. Every week come in here, and I've had action on the exact game that we're here for, which makes it a little bit harder to live bet. This is going to be easy to live bet because I have no action in it. Hell, I'd love for North Carolina to get up early by 10, 12 points, and then I can go get a crazy number on Syracuse live. I'd have no problem with that at all.
Yeah, I'm ready to, as we watch this game, jump on anything. And as much as we're live for this game and I want action, we'll hit up the other games that are going on and what plays I have. I'm not just going to have a play to have a play. I don't have a play. I don't even have a prop. I didn't see a ton of value in the prop market either. But there'll be games that we're going to go over plenty. Hopefully we'll have a few guests that will come in and drop some even other plays on other sports.
Well, and for you guys here in the chat, man, I have I've posted a couple bets that I've made today, but I have a couple that I don't post. I like to keep it just to give to the people on the show. So I got a couple bets that I haven't posted that we'll touch on. Like I said, a lot of action, man. Speaking of the chat, you guys in the chat, shout out to you guys, man. Jay Smooth, Michael Johnson, Truth Teller, almost said that wrong. Chosen One, what up, Chosen One? Big Scott, Real Deal Prime, always showing love, man. The fucking grinder in there. Appreciate you, Real Deal. Everybody here showing up. We got just over 50 people in here. It's early. Hit the like button, share the video, get it out there for us. Let's boost these numbers. And like C-Mac said, this might not be a marquee game that we're watching right here, but we've got action all day in tons of different leagues. And it's better to be here to talk about it before it kicks off or before it tips off or before puck drop. That way we can give you guys our bets and we can cash all day long. So, or the fights. I just don't good to see.
Yeah, and real quick, Jimmy will be live here at 2:30 Pacific. Eastern, 11:30 Pacific, right after us. So, and it's just a little bit too much time. UFC is back, and we'd love to be live for the NFL games, but we didn't want to run up into it, with that whole going on. So that's why there will be no NFL today. So that's that. We will discuss it on the show.
We've got the Pub Hub, though, so that's good. Stimmy OG, Patrick Burns, more people starting to roll up in here. Anybody that is in here that doesn't put stuff in the chat, figure it out. We want to communicate with you. Get a tag, put your stuff in the chat. Let us know what you're betting today. CMAC, it is 10:56. Well, 11:56 Eastern, 8:56 your time. So we've only got a few minutes. Did you have action in any of the early games?
Yeah, I had one game. I went through all these, trying to squeeze something out, and I could get whipped here, Cab, but I'm on it. It is what it is. At 8 points, I took Georgia. They're 10-0 at home. They could get stomped. Tennessee's off the loss, and they could go in there and easily win big. And they're the better basketball team. But a team that's undefeated at home, they haven't played anybody, getting that many. I grabbed Georgia, and we'll see if it backfires. That's the only one at this start. I have a few here at 11, in an hour or two. I'll give here shortly.
I think Georgia is such an interesting team. They handled Arkansas, and I was on Arkansas, and Georgia beat the brakes off Arkansas up and down the court the entire game. Just who is this Georgia team? Because they weren't tested early, but they showed up against Arkansas. Georgia could be a better team than any of us realize. So I'm interested.
Maybe I don't know, because I think we're going to start to find out playing these better schools. And I mean, they're at home. This is where they played their best. And Tennessee's been a problem. But some of their games where they've lost at home with worse teams, they've been 7-8 point wins. So I gobbled the points. Yeah, Georgia.
There you go. Well, and Tennessee's also one of those teams where, they could win this game by 4 or 5 points and you cover just because they're a very defensive team. I mean, I'm not saying their offense isn't good, but they're led defensively. And if this is a defensive battle, you'd think the score is going to be a little tighter than it would be if otherwise, right? Hey, shout out to you, Risk Management. He said, I just joined. How do y'all feel about Syracuse? So I just touched on that a little bit, my dude. I just think it's too many points for North Carolina. I don't personally have money on this yet because I'm going to look to live bet it while we're sitting here watching the game. But I just think it's too many points, and that's coming from somebody who bets North Carolina all the time. I bet North Carolina all the time, but today I just don't have the taste for it with that many points because I think Syracuse I think they can keep it within the number. I don't think they win the basketball game, but I think they keep it close.
All right, let's hit this one. Try to get a couple right before they tip, Cav. Seton Hall, winners of 6 of 7, 3 straight. At Butler, this line's 4.5. Butler off some bad losses, a big win at Marquette. Finding out maybe Marquette's not that great. Similar records. What do you think here? But can you trust Butler? They played well at home. I really don't want to lay points with them. What do you think there, Seton Hall, Butler?
Fuck that conference. That's what I think. I don't know who's gonna win or what's gonna. That conference is so fucking hard for me to cap. I'm serious, man. It's like out of conference. I love betting on Marquette. I love betting on Seton Hall. I love betting on some of these teams. But you get in conference, man. I don't know what's gonna happen. This conference is crazy. I tell you what I think is, Seton Hall's been playing really good basketball, so I'd look to keep riding with them. And since I think that, and it's the Big East, it's going to be the opposite.
Yeah. I don't want anything on it. I just, Butler was a pick'em to just win at the house. It's a little different. I even laying points. I don't want it. NC State, Louisville. I don't have anything there. Louisville. They're at home. Miami. Yeah, I know. This Louisville team's still not good though. They can't score. I mean, if you want them, I mean they're at home, but NC State looked like garbage. I thought against North Carolina, but North Carolina's playing a lot better. So as we hit on at the top of the show, here and last one, let's do this real fast. Northwestern, Wisconsin. Northwestern, massive second half against Penn State. Got me. That was my worst day on Wednesday. I've been, had really, really good days. Penn State is, 7 or 8 point lead at halftime and just dissolves, falls apart. I think they could keep this close, but Big Ten teams at home, in the classic 7.5. I think Wisconsin wins. Do you want to lay it? What'd you think there?
Yeah, this is
you all right there? You in shock?
Probably. What, did it freeze or something?
Yeah, I don't know. You were just like.
My shit's been freezing a little bit. I don't know what's right. We got some crazy storms and shit going through and winds. But yeah, I think the number right there, I don't think I'd lay it with them because I think it's going to be a defensive battle to the end. I mean, you look at the total sitting at 132.5 in that game. Both of these teams are defensive-minded teams. I think Wisconsin wins, like you said, but I think it could be, a 6 to 8 point game. I would not lay it with Wisconsin here. I'd probably take the points with Northwestern. But again, I didn't bet the early games. I've got plenty of action in the later games that we got plenty of time to get to. But I'd probably take the points there.
Right on. Yeah, I thought you just froze there for a second. I was like, what's going on? I don't know what you're talking about, truth teller. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I just gave you what was on the docket today. That's what it is. NFL is the biggest. We should be live for NFL. You know, we're not. We don't want to run to other shit. We'll probably be on tomorrow, Cab, because there is no UFC. That's just how it works out. So you can hit the thumbs down all the fuck you want, man. I don't give a shit.
He said, he said it. We got the tip coming here.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it for showing up.
We got the tip here. It looks like oh no, it's not the tip. Okay, they're just introducing coaches and players here. But yeah, I'm gonna look to take the points. If North Carolina can get out to an early lead, then I'm definitely looking to bet Syracuse live here. That's what I'm thinking. Chubbs, did I say that right? Chubbs. He said you can't take Wisconsin plus any points. They're a very defensive-minded team. You know, if you're getting points with Wisconsin, I think they're a good bet. Laying points with them, especially 7.5, that's something I won't do. Don Play showing up in the chat, man. Good to see you.
What up, Don Play? Shout out to everyone in here. Appreciate it for being here on a Saturday. We love college basketball, so we're fucking here. We love it, Cap.
I love this shit, man. Seeing this, you know, they're not very imposing when you look at them. You know, even Baycott's not the biggest guy, but showing this North Carolina team, I touched on it with you backstage before we came live, man. You know, they could be a team primed to make a run that a lot of people have been calling overrated and, you know, saying they're not as good as last year. So how are they going to make a run this year when they couldn't work it out with Love and Davis at the point last year? I don't know, man. I think North Carolina, I think they got what it takes this year.
I want to see more of it, and we got plenty of time. You know, we're back there. Like, are they starting turning a corner, winning? Can they win big games? And I've been impressed. It's only 3 games. They're all on the road. You know, not the greatest of teams, but I thought they looked a bunch better defensively. That's for sure.
Yeah, I think the key there that it was that they were back to back on the road. You know, if those games were at home and they won them, yeah, so what? Kind of expected, right? But being able to do it on the road shows a little tenacity there. Hey, Nightmare, what's good, my guy? Good to see you in here, man. Ready to get paid today. Looks like North Carolina won the tip. I'm going to score on the first drive. A little easy layup there. Go up 2-0. See here, Syracuse 11-4 on the season, just 2-2 in the ACC. You look at North Carolina 4-0 in the ACC. I'm gonna say this again. If North Carolina gets up early, like I think Syracuse might be in a little shock here early on. If North Carolina gets up, I might have to pull it on Syracuse because I think they'll bring it back. I think they lose, but I think they play a good game. Ryan's trapped. He's gonna dish it up off top there. Little screen by Baycott up top. They're gonna pass to Ingram. He's gonna shoot a 3 and gonna brick it off. Syracuse rebound. All right, there we go. Hey, some of these other games that are coming up later, and we got plenty of time to talk about them, but Oklahoma, Kansas, Kentucky, Texas A&M, Virginia, Wake Forest, you know, those are a little bit more my taste. I know you know that with the marquee games, I get a little bit more excited.
Yeah.
Did you look into that Oklahoma, Kansas game at all?
Yeah, I did a little bit. You know, I agree with you. I would lay it with Kansas at home. I think Oklahoma's a pretty good basketball team. They've been a little bit better so far to start this year shooting it than last year too. But I think it's a good spot at home for Kansas. So, yeah, I like it. I'd lay it with Kansas. I haven't bet it, but I like it. Shout out to Leonard. I'll hit his. He talked about this total. You know, A&M wants to be a little bit slower, of course. And I think that could keep this game under. But if you're betting Kentucky at overs, Cab, they're just cashing all year. You know, SC was kind of rolling. They finally had an under. Bad shooting night against Wazoo the other night. So kind of tough. I don't know, because in a big game like this, I could see this slip under the total maybe because A&M's at home. But Kentucky, it's just been rolling. Kentucky scoring 90 a game.
You look at this A&M team, you know, 0-2, and everybody had high hopes for them. They were ranked early on in the season. They were playing some good games and, you know, beating some decent teams early on in the season. But now they're 0-3 or 0-2, excuse me. looking to go 0-3 if they don't win today against Kentucky in conference. So this is like A&M Super Bowl. I get it. A&M is literally going to be as focused as a basketball team can be for this game. And I still don't think that matters. I don't think it matters. A&M's got some juniors and seniors across the board. They've got a lot of veteran experience, and you're talking about a Kentucky team who's run by freshmen. But I tell you what, these freshmen can fucking ball, and a couple of them are definitely going to be, standout players in the NBA. I don't think it matters that A&M really needs this win. I think Kentucky still wins the game. I took Kentucky +2 in the first half. Only thing I don't like, C-Mac, is that the money is on Kentucky and the line's moving towards them. It's like they're trying to beg us to bet Kentucky. Well, I'll do it. You can beg. I mean, I pay very close attention to A&M, and I don't think they're the real deal. I think they're a very average basketball team.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking that the line's just a little bit smelly, but a bunch of money on Kentucky. Line goes the other way to 3. Now we see a little buyback 2.5. But A&M's awful, Cad. I'm sure you've watched them a little bit. I have. This team can't shoot very well. They're not great. Everywhere they're field goal. Yeah.
Buzz Williams does a good job, like putting schemes together. I think he's a great coach. I've enjoyed watching him.
Yes, and he's great as a dog, too. Exactly. I know they're at home a short favorite. So we'll see what they can get against the Kentucky team that can just get up and down and score. Will.
Exactly. You said it right there. He's great as a dog, but putting him as a favorite, it feels a little different. It feels wrong, especially against, like you said, Kentucky's team that's able to score, because A&M, what they do well is they trap the basketball. They have good full court, good half court pressure. They move their defense around. But what they don't do well is score. They struggle putting up points, and they can go really cold. And if they do that against Kentucky, Kentucky's going to get out and run on them. Turnover there from Syracuse. Ryan's going to go up for a layup, but he's going to get fouled. He's going to miss it, get fouled, go to free throw line. We got a 6-3 basketball game here early. North Carolina leads 16:25 on the clock going to the free throw line. Stacks playing the day right there. Vanderbilt +10. Shout out to my guy Stacks. So that's just one of the looks, guys. Kentucky first half +2. That's one of the bets. I told you guys I had some bets that I didn't post. There's one of them. We'll keep hitting them. We'll get to more of them. We're going to pull up the live line on this game. I'm going to give it a couple more minutes before I pull it up. I need a few more scores from North Carolina, and I might take Syracuse.
All right. Shout out to the chat. Appreciate you guys up in here. Let's go, Nut Flush. Don't tease us with this bullshit.
Yeah, we don't.
Best tip of the day.
Yeah, we don't do just the tip. We do the full thing. Nut Flush. Shove it in. Let us know. All at once. Full penetration, baby.
Big O, Rusia, my man, what up? Michael Johnson, great to see you. Kelly McGinnis. Shout out to all you guys. Appreciate you guys being in here for the stream. Early morning. Early morning for me. It's not really early. It's noon. East Coast.
It's still early. Because a lot of people are like us, C-Mac. It's like up early, get your bets in, do a little research, a little line checking, a little all that, get your bets in. And I'm sure some people are like me. They can't sleep till they get their bets in. And then after they get them in, it's like, oh, fuck, I got 5 hours till the game starts.
Yeah, I have to be up at 5 West Coast time, on Saturdays for college football, college basketball. It's just a must for me. And usually I don't know how much sleep I get before, I got to get my sleep in the weekdays, and you got to go to sleep early now for me to get up for these fucking games. Becoming an old man. I'm old. Cav, as you say. I'm old.
There you go. 13-7 here. It's going back and forth a little bit, but North Carolina is slowly pulling ahead. Like I said, we get about a 10-point lead for North Carolina. If we can get like something crazy like 16 to 20 points with Syracuse, I mean, I might have to go ahead and take it.
Yeah, I want to see him a little bit more. But yeah, I get it. All right, why is this fucking...
Just a bad
Yeah, Michael, dude, UCLA. Holy shit. It's talking about one of the worst teams in the country shooting the ball. I mean, tough times. Mick Cronin. He might have a heart attack. He's already nuts on that sidelines. I mean, that beatdown by Utah the other night was one of the worst I've ever seen.
Our guy Nutflush said, here's his tip. He said, enjoy basketball and NFL and make money in the NHL while everyone's paying attention to the NFL. Hey, there you go, man. I like it. Nutflush. Kelly said, C-Mac, if you're old, he's dust. What are you smoking on today, Kelly? I know you got something good in the joint. Let me know what you're burning on, my guy. Anybody else in the chat, if you're a fellow smoker, let me know what you got. I still got that ice cream cake. I think I still have a picture of it, too. Shit is fire. Hold on, let me pull it up.
Pull it up.
Just show it quickly for you guys. Yeah, there we go. This shit's fire. I know you see that, C-Mac.
Yeah.
That ice cream cake.
Very nice.
Got a bunch of it. That's why I still got it. So going to our first commercial break here. I did not bet Virginia Wake Forest. I was leaning kind of on taking Wake Forest at home here. The number has gone up.
What's it right now? What is it?
6.5.
Okay.
What about you? Did you look at this one?
No, that's why I was asking you what the line. I mean, I just glanced. I haven't gone crazy into it.
Just a point. I mean, I think it was 5.5, and now it's 6.5. It might have been 5, but I think it was 5.5. Wake Forest is a team that notoriously in the past couple years I've bet on. Last year I got burned a little bit from them and moved away from them, which sucks because this year they've been outstanding. This game, Virginia Wake Forest, is going to be a battle of offense versus defense. That's what it is. And I know a lot of people like to say, defense wins that battle, but I'm not so sure here. I think good offense takes down the defense here. Wake Forest, obviously, with the defense, with the offense, Virginia with the defense. And then you add the benefit of playing at home for Wake Forest. I think that I would have to be on Wake Forest or pass. I just don't think
I'm not going to bet it.
Yeah, we remember like Virginia from last year, like one of the top teams in the country most of the season, just really relying on that defense. I don't think they're that good of a team. I don't think they're as good as some of the Virginia teams past that we've got used to.
I don't think they are either. I think this is a good spot for Wake at home. I don't want Virginia. I lean Wake. It's just kind of been their little brother, it seems like. They really own their ass,
Yep.
Virginia, one thing, too, they're not great. They shoot the three all right, but same old with them. Their offense and defense.
You look at home, too, while we're going into this, because I'm pulling up more and more stuff while we talk about it. Wake Forest at home, they're 9-0.
Yep.
And you look at Virginia's top scorer is only at 12.9 points per game. That is a red flag if I've ever seen a red flag right there. That's not something that you would want to see. And then you look at Wake, they've got 3 players that are putting up 16.9 points or more a game. Wake has the 22nd most efficient offense in the nation. Again, as good as Virginia's defense is, 24th most efficient in the nation. I think offense wins this. Wake Forest at home, lay the spread.
So you're gonna bet it, or are you just throwing
Probably.
it out?
I'll let everybody know if I get there.
Okay.
You know what I might do is no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna say I might take something like I got to see what the odds are if I do it, but I might take maybe Baylor and Wake on the money line if it can get me close to even money.
Okay.
I know a lot of people.
We got 14-7 here in this game. Timeout.
Yep. North Carolina just hit the front end of 2 free throws. Okay. Yeah, to make it 14-7, 14-36. I'll pull the lineup. I'm just giving it a couple more minutes before I pull it up. I like to let it, play out maybe the first 8 to 10 minutes before I look. North Carolina is putting a full court pressure on Syracuse. I mean, a half-ass pressure, but they're there regardless. I don't like it when teams half pressure. I hate that. Either fucking trap or don't.
There was one thing I had on here.
What are we looking at here, Syracuse? Let me go through. I saw some of you guys throwing some in there. My guy, Nasty Nate, shout out to him. Nate, that video I saw was crazy, bro. He's on the East Coast in Rhode Island, and he posted a video of the waves coming in on the beach and on the shores. Crazy, man. Stay safe out there. But that apple gas sounds good, man. Ricky said wedding cake from Greenwoods. There we go. I like to hear that. Syracuse second half might be the look. They are now down 10. I said that I would like to look at them 10. It's hard. It is hard to take a team that's, a 13.5 point underdog that's getting their ass kicked. It's hard to take them live. But the whole thing is, it's a huge number at this point. It's got to be. Let me pull it up and see where we're at. Syracuse not taking very good shots here. North Carolina's defense is, again, looking pretty good, C-Mac.
Yeah, I just they look totally different. I mean, Clemson last week didn't hit a shot to save their life, obviously. That's probably the worst shooting in a game they probably ever had in a long time. But yeah, they look good lately.
Did you shoot Billy the prop? I can't help it, man. He's made a comment about the damn magnets and talking about magnets and rims a couple times when I've been live with him. And now every time I see a ball roll around, I'm just like, shut up, Billy.
That's just Billy bringing in some.
He's so funny, man. I love it.
Crazy ass shit.
We just got over 100 people in here just a second ago, man. I'll keep saying it. If you can't hit the like or the dislike, I don't care. Either way, it helps get us in the algorithm. But press a button, share the video, bring some more people in here, and drop your bets, guys. We got multiple games coming on. I only got eyes on one, but if you see some live action, let us know. You know, I've told myself I might start taking. I don't gamble for fun. I gamble serious like C-Mac does. But when we're doing these, C-Mac, I might start taking, you know, smaller bets just to be able to throw more out there and have a little bit of fun with it. You know what I mean? Like, because even if we don't bet it, put it in for everyone else in the chat. I mean, if you like something, always throw it in there in the chat if you guys see anything. I'm a little confused about this live line. You know, it's 8-19, and I guess I'm not confused about it. They're offering us 16.5 right now. I was hoping I could get a 20 with Syracuse. If I can get a 20.5 or something like that, I might take it. But
yeah, they've been slow to move it here.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's early. You know, they're waiting for that run the other way.
Coin, what up, my guy?
There you go.
See the fix is in. My dude, top set. My guy, great to see you up in here. Appreciate it.
Hell yeah, getting over 100 just a minute ago early it's a good look, man. Appreciate you guys. Let me go and go out and retweet it myself. I'm bad about that. Sometimes I forget. If you're watching on Facebook, if you're watching on Twitter or any of the other platforms and you can't drop it in the chat, get on YouTube, Pub Sports Radio on YouTube. Come check us out. Or you can go to pubsportsradio.com. We got it. Everything streams on our website also. And while you're there at pubsportsradio.com, sign up for the UFC competition. It's free. Every week we pay $100 to the winner. All you do is go pick your fighters, pick how you think the fight's going to go, click, 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 click. Then you're done. Once you're done, it's submitted, and winner gets $100.
Yeah, free, nothing.
So last time we talked about this, it's been a little while because UFC's gone off, has been away. But last time we talked about this live, C-Mac, you remember? And I was like, "Here's my picks," and I like showed you guys on my phone.
Yeah,
there was a whole bunch of people in that competition that day. I got 6th.
Nice. Oh yeah,
that's what I'm saying. So. Even if you don't know what the hell you're doing, like me, because I promise you, I didn't know the name of one of those fighters. You might as well take a shot because maybe you get lucky, hit the lottery, and win a free $100.
Yeah, I mean, a hundy's a hundy, you know. Even in this economy going up,
yeah,
quite not the same as $100 used to be, but still, Honda.
10-19 here. Once we get to the 10-minute mark, that's when I really like to see where we're at. Good little steal there from Syracuse. You got to make that shot. 2 offensive rebounds for Syracuse on that possession, and they still were not able to put it back in right at the rim. You can't put it in from 4 inches away from the goal. You're going to have a long day, boys. Especially not when nobody blocked the shot. I mean, come on. Damn it.
Yeah. Let's hit these up. Coins got the over in this, 154. A shout out Mel here. The Panarin over 3.5 shots on goal plus 125. I think that's great value as well in that game. Patrick has Creighton 7.5. We'll see. I think Creighton either, blows them out or it could be close. North Ender's got SIU Edwardsville plus 5 for some early action. So, appreciate it. Keep putting in your looks, what you're on, anything and everything. Big old day of sports ahead. Dabra cadabra.
Yo, I got a whiteboard, man. I swear I might grab it and I'm gonna start writing down when you guys because I remember a lot of it, but I want to start writing it down. And anybody that can just win and stay on the whiteboard, I'd love to see it. I might go get it and just start writing down everybody's bets that they drop so we can keep up with them a little easier. Dutch Boy Fresh in the chat, man. Shout out to you, my guy Dutch. I don't think he's lost a bet in the NBA this week. I think he's I'm not going to guess 10-0.
You know what? He hangs out with me. Just comes the winner, baby. Wins everything.
He took that 14-0 juice and rubbed a little bit on himself.
I've been good. I've had a couple losses, but went 2-0 last night. I mean, it's pretty easy. Sixers and Jazz. I mean, NBA's been good, so I can't complain.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Good.
But yeah, shout out to Dutch. He's red hot right now.
Bro, it's hard. In full transparency, you guys are red hot. I'm ice cold, man. I've had the worst run in college basketball that I've had in a while.
Hey, that happened, man. I was on such a bad run in college basketball last year in like December. I told you about it until conference play got going.
Well, it's funny because I've publicly put out my college basketball for this is the third season, and every season now, this is 3 seasons in a row, I take a huge fucking hit in January. I gotta adjust, man. I mean, there is adjusting.
Though to me, I was taking too many dogs the last couple of years when I just need to hit favorites for this first month. I mean, it's all relative on every game you break down, but
you're exactly right. It's favorites early, dogs when we get to conference road play. I'm telling you. And I know that sounds like I'm simplifying everything, but it is everything. I fucking record every single bet that I make. I'm talking about 3 years of data here.
Man.
Fucking favorites early, dogs on the road when we hit conference play, or dogs at home when we hit conference play also.
What's he on
year, bro? And I'm sitting here still, but one thing I will say that I the last 2 seasons, and I hope it happens again here, is I'm a stubborn motherfucker and I stick with what I think, and it always comes back out. Like after that January dip, we start seeing it, even back out for me. So
yeah, for sure.
Kevin Lee's on Georgia with you right there. Said Georgia plus 8.5.
What's not flush on Purdue?
Where's he at?
Full game over. Oh, in the game, yeah. What's that total? Tie, isn't it?
Let me pull that up.
It's the game's at 2:00, 2:15.
Hold on, Nutflush. I'm pulling it up right now. So many fucking games. Oh my god. Maybe I'm not pulling
2:15, 151. It's dropped. It's open around 154, 155. Hey, Penn State doesn't play defense. This line's huge though. 19 points, 18.5. God damn.
It's always crazy to me backing Purdue or betting with Purdue because it's like, man, I'm telling you, when Zach Edey's off, I called him fucking Zeddy. When Zach Edey's off or he gets in foul trouble, that team struggles, man. It's that simple,
Yeah, they're good at home, but this is a big, big number,
Nutflush, I'm always up to chop it up with you. One of the people that when he hits my phone, it's usually money right there. Always up for it, Nutflush. It's got to be a block or a charge. You can't just call nothing. What the fuck are y'all doing right there? One way or the other. Another 3 there for North Carolina. If they'd move this bullshit, I could see the score.
I got 22-12.
Okay, I'm 22-10.
10:45 left.
Hey, shout out to our guy Rod Z jumping up in the chat, man. Good to see you, Rod Z. Let us know if you got any action coming up here. I'm sure Rod's loaded up today. NHL, NFL.
Oh, yeah.
College basketball. Did you bet the NFL games already, C-Mac?
I have, some shit I'm looking at here now.
I'm going to probably take Achan's prop again. I don't know how he's going to react. I had never seen him run in a situation like we're going to look at today in that game. Have you checked how's the stadium looking and everything?
Yeah, you want to know the cold? That's what it is. Fucking freezing ball sack. God damn. I mean, I don't know an official here, but let me pull it up. The Bills game got moved, right? You guys are saying?
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Postponed on Monday. That was the bad one there. That was like 60-mile-an-hour winds, like 4 feet of snow. That game.
He is caddy daddy, I'm pretty sure, because his props are up too. And I mean, I read that he was probably good to go. There we go. There's the action coming in. Ottawa -1.5. Dolphins money line first half. There you go, guys. Resisting it all. I don't have an official word on it, but I'm assuming that he is because his props are up, and they said that he should be good to go. And also, Achan's numbers at 40.5. When Mostert, when he's out, it's usually at like 70. So he's got to be in.
Yeah, wind 15 to 20. Looks like -5. It's fucking cold. I mean, it's 30 degrees in Vegas this morning. I was freezing. Like 6 o'clock.
So if we don't take a total, there's only one way to look at this game. It's how bad does it get, and when do we take the points with Syracuse? Right now, it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse, right? But how bad does it get? Baycott with a beautiful little spin move there in the lane put North Carolina up 28-12 now.
Yeah, I was going to wait here to just halftime.
Yeah, how bad does it get, right?
If we could get up like maybe 24, 25, I was thinking. And who knows? They might not cover that, but they should back off.
I would think they are. They're going to line for 3 free throws here, but I would think. Like I said, Syracuse is not a great basketball team, but they're not terrible. I'm very high on North Carolina this year, though, but we'll see. Let me pull up the scores on the other games. I'm bad about focusing in on the one we're here at. I talked about Kentucky, and we talked about Wake Forest, Virginia. Some other games I'm interested in is that Houston TCU game.
I don't think Cab is convinced. He's just bringing it up. I don't know that the points will come. Right?
Yeah, I'm not convinced yet, Patrick. Let me say this again. I might not have said it like coherently. So I'm not taking North Carolina live right now, right? You either bet North Carolina pregame or you don't bet them because you got the ass end of a number and then some. So what I said is it's either Syracuse or you look at the total, but as a side, it's either Syracuse or pass. So how bad does it get, right? Like at what point do we say, okay, now we can take that giant number that we're getting?
Another team, Syracuse, ice cold too. They're 4 for 18 from the field.
Exactly. So, I mean, losing a game by 20 points is a bad loss. I mean, and at some point we're going to be getting over 20 points here. We might already be getting over 20 points. See, the books aren't even wanting to adjust. If North Carolina can keep putting pressure here, they're going to have to adjust at some point because right now they're still only offering 18.5. I can't imagine they keep that under 20 for much longer.
Is our guest back there?
Oh, hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Somebody else that should have some action. We got UFC back too. So somebody that's a great guest to have here with us. He's been here with us the last few weeks also. Great capper, good friend of ours, our guy Billy Briz. What up, Billy?
What up? Oh, there's my man Guns. I got the visor on.
There you go.
He's got the ND visor on. He's locked.
The Allen Iverson behind you. I like it.
Yeah, man. It's been you know how like these Saturdays go post I would say like bowl season or holiday season. Man, it's just like a realization. I'm just not going to sleep on Friday nights anymore. Like
no more sleep.
I was up from 9:00 p.m. till about 6 o'clock this morning and didn't play video games, just was smoking a bunch of weed and doing a bunch of research. So I'm ready to go for today. But the biggest thing I'll give out for advice for the chat today is just because there's a lot of action to be had on the board doesn't mean that you need to bet all the predicates, like things that are on the board today. Because these are the type of days that bookies love eating on. People place like 8 to 12 bets, and they barely break even or lose money, and they're like, all right, yeah, you can go bet your New Mexico State, but I know you're going to bet 3 other losers. And it's like, I don't know, man. I feel like short and sweet is like the type of slates that you kind of want to have on these type of cards, like because you expose yourself to too much action, you're going to be looking at yourself at the end of the day, like how the fuck did I lose money? But with that being said, with this going into the TV timeout, I'm looking at North Carolina first half under 51.5 team total as the first bet of the day here.
Right now?
Do you think that they get the 52 points? Like, bro,
how much time is left?
8 points. Like, bro, you're already up by 15. I mean, you're gonna start slowing out this clock out a little bit, right?
8:54 left. Fuck, Billy, that's an interesting look right there.
Bro, it's a lot of fucking points for a like, regardless of a college basketball game. Like, bro, it's a lot of points for a first half, man.
What did you say it was? 51.5?
51.5 juice towards the under.
So you're talking about 20 points, and they would have to score over 21 points in 8 minutes and 27 seconds. Oh, man. Look, okay, so what my eyes tell me, North Carolina is running away, and they're going to keep pounding ass right now. But what my brain tells me is, yeah, college basketball, bro, it's always a game of there should be some – they should slow down at some point this half. I could see them finishing – they finished in the mid-40s. That's a great fucking half of basketball, especially for
right. Like if they have 46 on the board at the end of this half, yeah, I don't know, man. 12 points in 8 minutes is pretty fucking hard to do when you put up 34 throughout the first half. But, or is it?
Jack Cole said no bet, and then Kelly said he thinks they get over that. Man, I love having this chat to go back and forth with. Ramon said he's already got over 100 bets.
Is it Syracuse plus 19.5 that first half? Do you think that they get blown out by 20 plus here at the end of the first half?
And I was thinking about wanting to take
100 bets.
What'd you say?
Love it. I was like 100 bets.
That's so many bets, bro. That's more bets than I've made all year in college basketball.
I love it. I love it.
19.5 is a shitload of points, bro. Like, damn.
Shout out Perfect. It is a lot of points. Perfect rotation. I was seeing a full game. I was seeing 21.5, and I was thinking about
the full game spread line.
Yeah, 21.5. That's what I was talking about right before you got here, was taking the points, maybe full game. They just keep getting ass pounded, though.
I'm taking this, man. I'm going to plug my nose in. I need to.
You're taking the full game?
No, I'm taking the first half, bro. Like, that's a shitload of points, bro. 20-point first half. Like,
our guy in the chat said he sees 56 on the first half. If you might be able to get a better number.
No, I'm just gonna go with the little short action here. I'm taking Syracuse plus 19.5, minus 120 in the first half here. Bro, 19 points is wild, man. They're acting like Syracuse is like the baby Cuse out there. Like, nah, they're just playing North Carolina that's hungry today. But I'm glad North Carolina's playing like this, so the public can get back on to betting North Carolina games, because I think this team's a fraud team. Like, long term.
See, I'm on the opposite side of that, but I've been betting North Carolina. I just didn't bet them this game, but I've been on the last 3 games.
North Carolina, don't get me wrong. I tried to fade them last week with Clemson, but bro, this team is not better than the dog shit team from last year. The chemistry is a lot better, hence why their record's better.
That goes a long ways, bro.
Bro, from a talent perspective, no way this team's better than last year's team, bro. No way.
No,
if they played like a backyard style pickup game at like Rucker Park, last year's team would smoke this team by a wide margin.
Bro, chemistry goes a long ways. The mindset, like
Marcus McCarthy, the Cuse is not awful this year. The Cuse have been one of the teams I made the most money on this year, bro. Like, they're always being undervalued, and like, I remember they played fucking Boston College the other day or a couple weeks ago. And they're like -2 and they won. They're up by like 21 points and I got the early pay. Like Syracuse is good. Judah Mintz is probably one of the better guards in the ACC. And Syracuse can get hot with anybody. I'm shocked that they're running this bullshit 2-3 zone, but they've been pressing a lot this year, getting out. Great.
North Carolina is firing on all cylinders here. But Billy, all I was going to say is thinking you're going to fucking win a basketball game, like the team having the fucking thought and feeling that they're going to win and thinking you're going to make shots, bro, that shit goes a long ways. Last year's team had no fucking confidence or faith in anything that they did.
I would definitely agree with you on that from like that aspect of like
just the mental part of it.
The mental part of it is a huge factor, but eventually though, man, I don't know, man. I feel like the ACC is a prime example of this. The plateau between college basketball has really leveled out the playing field of like a top 25 school. Just because you have a number next to your name doesn't mean shit anymore.
No. Numbers don't matter.
No, but like this year, mainly with like the combination between the super seniors, the NIL deals, and the transfers, bro, a lot of these teams are a lot more even than what like the market is like really giving them credit for. Like a team like FAU, for example, like they're like a prime example of this. Like they're still somewhat being undervalued in the markets. Like last year's March Madness showed me that the NIL deals are here and they're real. Kansas State made damn near the national championship game off of a team full of combination of.
There's a team that's been undervalued for the past year and a half or so is Kansas State.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
those motherfuckers catch points all the time
off of like NIL deals and transfers. Like I don't know, man. I don't think North Carolina is the best team in the ACC, but I also think teams like Duke are like a year away. Cooper Flag season is almost here.
Dookie.
I got to give you my weekly update, Connor. Did you see my man Cooper Flag last week?
No.
Just got a triple-double in high school's top event, and the third category, he missed the triple-double by 1 block. Dude had 30 points, 16 rebounds, and 9 blocks. But they say white man can't jump. You ain't me, Cooper Flag.
Bro, if you watch Syracuse right now, they're not setting their feet on their fucking shots, man. Like so many of their shots, they're fucking, even on their outside shots, they're like, they're moving forward because they're not set before they fucking go up.
They're this bullshit 2-3 zone, man.
North Carolina fucking feet. Some of these shots have been good looks. 18:38 here. Syracuse ball, 5 minutes and 58 seconds to go.
JP says, hey, Billy, I have Lapalus plus 3.5, minus 120. I think he steals a round off of Basharat. What do you think? Yeah, if you're betting that fight, I would side towards the value side of it. But there's also a part of me that feels like I always try to think like devil's advocate of how does the predicate winner win the fight? But the books make money off of it. And I think the way the books would make money off of that fight is a Basharat submission. Another turnover.
Yeah, North Carolina's making this. Syracuse needs to figure it out, man.
Bad bet. 19.5 was probably the right number.
Man. This team has been pretty fucking good, man. I don't know. I don't like to just go against. I think this team's got it. They got something clicking right now. They've got that feeling of I'm going to hit this shot every time they fucking put the ball in the air.
Yeah, bro. They're playing in North Carolina.
Seton Hall is up 42-34 on Butler. It looks like NC State.
Watched the same exact team play in Clemson last week, and if Clemson had any 3-point shooting in that game, they walk away with the W in that game. Like they literally shot 1 for 17 in a college basketball game, bro. I don't even think I could do that in the backyard right now.
they turned around and played the same type of game against NC State too. Well, I mean, they shot a little bit better against NC State, but Seton Hall here, I was just going through the scores. They're up 42-34. NC State 31-19 on Louisville. Tennessee is up 36-26 right now. Much time's left in that still? 5:31. Ooh, Wisconsin is up 29-19 on Northwestern. Interesting there. I didn't bet any of the early games, Billy. I've only got action coming up later. I completely stayed off these early games, and this is not an easy game. I appreciate you coming in and betting it. I know you're not feeling good about it, but because I'm looking at this game like I don't know how the fuck I would bet this shit.
Just throwing,
you know what I mean?
At the wall, hope it sticks. But to be honest with you, there's only one game that I'm like really, really in love with today, and it's actually on the added board. I really like Lipscomb today against Austin Peay. Where's this? I haven't even wrote this game up yet. Austin Peay's 2-7 on the road this year. And
Yeah.
Lipscomb's been a cash cow at home, undefeated at home, and they're turning a corner. And one of the better scoring teams in the country made some Lipscomb money damn near early this year. Like the last time I bet a Lipscomb game was early November, before even Thanksgiving. So it's been a while. I forgot I even bet on Lipscomb this year, but it was nice to see the times I did bet on them, the 2 times this year, they kind of smoked their opponent, or not smoked their opponent. They're like huge dogs against Arkansas, and I bet them, and they only lost a game. Long story short, Lipscomb's a really good basketball team. You should bet on them.
There you go. I'm not going to lie and act like I looked at that game because I didn't, but
I mean, there's over 100 games on the card today.
yeah, I appreciate the look though. And you said that's one of the only things you bet coming up right here on it.
It's a 5:00 game, so we got a long time to go. But it's my best bet of the day by far. Like Lipscomb, I think should smoke Austin Peay. The line opened up at
Get that ball
to 7. But for the people that are looking for a little parlay piece today, I mean, there's over 100 college basketball games today. You can, as long as you can find 5 teams that you think are going to win, you should win money.
Hey, it's not. I mean, it's not looking good or anything, but Syracuse showing a little bit of life right here for you, with a little 5-point run here in the last few seconds.
Let me hit this real quick for our guy Justin. He's talking about the Rangers. You know, they've lost like what, 4 or 5. Ovechkin's out still, right? I think Wilson's out for the Caps. I don't know. I think the Rangers can go in there and win. You know, I don't want to lay that juice with them. So you'd have to look at them -1 or something like that. So I stayed off this hockey game, if anybody's on it. But I just wanted to hit up the question there.
Well, it's like I wish that I capped hockey because like all my favorite people that I work with do, but I don't. So, and I don't think I'm ever going to try to. It's the same thing. Like with, there's just like I don't want to like I like to do things that I feel like I can win at, and I know that you don't just win at something that's not easy to do right when you start. So why the fuck would I try?
Yeah, I mean.
How do you like that for a winner attitude? If I don't think I can win, I'm not going to do it.
You wouldn't want me as one of your clients, Marcus McCarthy, because I'll be out here having the information on some shit that motherfuckers ain't even know of, and then the whole entire line moves 2 days later. You would get fucked on closing line value on UFC and NFL if you were my bookie.
Cello. What up, Markel? Good to see you, man. All right. Like I said, though, 23-45. I'd like to see 3 more points out of Syracuse in this last, like a 3 more point differential on the score for you here. That'd be dope as fuck if you cash this ticket. Because, like I said, for me, this game's hard to look at.
Yeah, Rangers and Reg. I get you could do that. McGraw did. Yeah, I don't mind that. They desperately need to win. They've been giving up a shitload of goals lately.
Um,
Caps in trouble lately. I think it's starting to show.
What do you
They
say?
really are. I think the Caps are starting to show who they really are. I think they're playing above water as an older hockey team.
Thought you said Cavs in trouble. I was like, oh fuck, is my mic not working?
No. Caps.
Cap. Yeah, I got you. So TCU Houston coming up today. I touched on it earlier, but I'm going to hit on it again for anybody who's new in the chat. And if you guys can, share the video, hit the like. Let's get everybody in here. Let us know what you guys think about the upcoming games. TCU's been a good basketball team. They've played great this season. I think they're a little underrated. They've been undervalued, I think, too. But if you look, this is not a good time to play Houston here, coming off a loss. Obviously they're going to be frustrated after their first loss of the season. They took that loss to the Cyclones, and it was a, defensive struggle back and forth like we figured it would. But TCU, one thing they have done, even with their record being good, is they've struggled against better teams this year. Their win over Oklahoma was their first win over a team that was in the top 100 rankings this season. So, I still think Houston is a very good basketball team. CMAC and I have talked about it almost every week. I feel like we've said that their offense has the ability to go cold, and it's very frustrating. But I think Houston bounces back here, and I got 1.5 in the first half, so I laid it with them. I'm on Houston 1.5 first half against TCU.
I love that game. That under, it's come down a little bit, but I still think it could stay under the total.
You think so? Did you have a feeling? I know you didn't bet the side, but did you have a feeling on a side? Like if
I'm not taking. I think Houston can win. I'm not laying points for them on the road.
Yeah. I think Houston can win, but man,
you want to lay 3.5 with them?
It's
the way they shoot the ball.
I want to lay 1.5 for the first half. That's it.
Well, there you go.
Want to be in slept.
I hope you win there.
I feel like this is an under game, and if this is an under game, shit, man, you're making the dog live, man. I think
I agree.
I think Houston's gonna run into some Big 12, like, damn, this is what it's like to play in here type vibes. Like their upcoming schedule this upcoming week is they play back-to-back home games against Texas Tech and UCF. So I think they're about to get to a softer part of their schedule. So this is like their last
those are wins for them. And, the bad shooting, bad free throw team too. I mean, close game to lay points. They still shoot like 65%. Their free throws. Don't make your free throws late. Man, that's the worst in college basketball. When you're on a favorite needing to make free throws, talk about sweat, right?
So frustrating.
And they can't make them.
I'll mark teams right off the fucking list if they, there's like fucking, who was it the other day? Just the other day, it was Memphis who didn't cover because they couldn't fucking make any other free throws, and they're actually usually a good free throw shooting team. And then I had Gonzaga early on in the season. They fucking won by 4. I needed them to win by 5, and they shot like 52% on the game from the free throw line. Just sickening.
Talking about Gonzaga, they just got that big upset this week, taking that L to Santa Clara. Now we got Santa Clara on a quick turnaround, less than 72 hours since that Gonzaga win. Do you think St. Mary's goes up in there and grabs that W? Very short line for St. Mary's on the road. Or do you guys think Santa Clara is legit and that's the best?
What's the line? Because I like St. Mary's. They're
not legit.
So many fucking games. I'm looking at this. I didn't bet it, obviously, because I don't know. I will, as I'm looking through here, another one, and I told myself I had more time to look at it that I'm interested in is the Alabama-Mississippi State game, especially Mississippi State coming off that big win to Tennessee. I was interested in Alabama plus the points in the first half in that one, but we got plenty of time to get to that.
Yeah, so I thought that was a lot of points, but man, I'll say this is the deathbed this year. Tolo Smith's the best player in the SEC.
Where the fuck is this game?
And the way he played last week for Mississippi State looked like he was the best player in that SEC. Like he literally could, like, Dabby, didn't you have a bet on the other side? You can't tell me having a bet against Tolo Smith was like, yo, what the fuck? This dude is a grown man. He should be playing overseas somewhere. Why is he playing college basketball? He's like getting double team, triple team, and he's just getting fouled.
I mean, he's outstanding. I don't know if he's the best player in the conference, but he's very fucking good. Yeah, he's outstanding. for sure. I'm not. I mean, if you're gonna say who's better, I don't. I mean,
somebody from Kentucky.
those freshman guards are so good.
Robert Dillingham, I was like, I don't know, man. At that point, it's just like, stick with the tape. That's a bullshit call, bro. Bullshit call.
Bro, Kentucky's freshman guards are so good. They are so good.
Yeah, Robert Dillingham from Donda Academy, and then DJ Wagner from straight down here from the South Jersey, baby. South Jersey's all-time leading scorer, DJ Wagner. His pops played with LeBron, but he was too much into the hood shit in Camden and basically kind of took himself out of the NBA.
You know, I talked about that Kentucky Texas A&M game earlier, man. I think a lot of people are probably interested in A&M. Let me know in the chat what you guys think about that game too.
I like Kentucky.
Yeah, I like Kentucky too. I think people are interested in A&M because this A&M team is, supposed to be doing a little better than they are right now. They've played some tough games. They've played good competition. They're 0-2 in SEC play. They're at home. And this is kind of a make or break game almost. It feels like this early in the season, which is crazy. So this is their fucking Super Bowl here. I just think Kentucky's a better basketball team.
They expect them to step up and, they're laying points, and they can't fucking hit shots. It's not like they're getting +3 here. A&M.
Exactly.
I think it's Kentucky.
I'm on Kentucky first half. Sure. So. This is going to be a sweat, Billy. I'm sweating for you right here. I'm watching, man. I know you guys might be a little ahead of me. I got 45-27.
Why is Judovich pulling up double team at the free throw? Is he like, fuck it, we're down 30? Or what's the thought process behind that shot?
I tell you one thing, North Carolina, good hands, but you got to finish it. North Carolina definitely slowed it down there to take it down to the end of the shot clock. You were right about that. We're 47-27 here. Syracuse ball. We got 1:13 on the clock.
Damn, this is going to come down to this. Final minute of possession of ball. This would be a lucky bet if I did cash it, though.
Missed 3 up top for Syracuse right there.
I just don't get the shot selections in the last 2 possessions. Those are I don't know, man. Maybe I'm different. I just wouldn't have shot.
That's what they've been doing a lot of this game, man. That's what they've been doing a lot is just taking bad looks, bad shots.
What is Purdue?
Hey, Chosen doesn't cash Tennessee first half. And then Kevin Lee said he cashed Georgia +8.5. I thought that was the same game, if I'm not to be mistaken.
Shout out Leonard, man. Good to see you in the chat. Enough flush back in here. Good stuff, Chosen One. And you dropped it in the chat for us, too. Oh, that was live, Kevin Lee. Shout out to you guys, man. That's why we got such a fucking great chat here. Look at this shit. Chosen One cashed Tennessee first half, and then Kevin Lee cashed Georgia first half because he got it live. Yeah. Both of them put it in the chat for us. So shout out to you guys. Like I always say, pay attention to these guys in the chat, man. We've got some of the best fucking cappers, anywhere. Chosen One cashed that first half. Kevin Lee cashed that 8.5. Good shit, my guys. And then Leonard said they were really stepping up to cash the first half. Let's go. Let's get CMAC our full game now. Boom, boom, boom.
What's Purdue's team total? It's got to be 88 or something.
I can pull it up. Actually, I'm not going to because I'm starting to. This is about to die, and I want to get a.
What time do they play?
Penn State doesn't stop anything. But if they're hitting their shots, they can shoot it all right. They can put up points.
Fuck you. Make your free throws.
$85.5. That's solid. Penn State 66.5.
That was a dagger. Fuck you. Well, it still got a lot closer than we thought it would, Billy. That 3 was a dagger, but Syracuse just missed fucking free throw right there too.
Well, I know it's one of those
It wasn't a bad bet though. felt like it maybe at first, but I mean, it came down to the last seconds. I mean, it could have cashed. One fucking ball gets tipped one other direction, you cash it. So good luck.
I wanted to bet Syracuse in this game, so I ended up betting Syracuse, but not how I thought it was gonna go a little bit here. But
I just want to say if what North Carolina just did at the end of this half, the way we saw their offense slow up, like you said, just to kind of like get this game over with, another bucket there. See, there we go. It came down literally. It's 52-30 at halftime. I mean, we were within a shot, bro. I mean, it was still a good bet. But if North Carolina's going to slow up, man, I might take Syracuse live. I just don't love it. I just don't love it. I don't like betting things that I don't love, you know? What the fuck are we looking at this old man for in the stands? Who is that?
One? Yeah, it's two. You got to switch up the book here.
Gross.
Got to switch up the book here.
No, Top said I stayed off that St. John's Creighton. I can't figure out Creighton. They just shoot a ton. There should be points. What, Billy?
I said it feels like a lot of points for as good as St. John's has been playing.
We got another.
I agree. I mean, Creighton, I don't, you know, they've had some big wins at home and blowouts, but I'm not laying points in them. Period.
Yeah, I still remember Creighton losing in fucking overtime to a just demoralized Villanova team that everybody says that sucks this year and that's lost to all the Philly 5 schools. Well, now
Dutch, you got some NBA for us, Dutch, to drop in the chat. I don't know if I missed it. I don't feel like I see it. My bad for interrupting you guys. But drop us some NBA if you got any today. Like I said, he hasn't lost this week. Him and C-Mac have been on absolute fire, man. Wait, all right. Wisconsin -8.5 live. Patrick dropped that, and then I just saw another one.
Canes, what up, my guy?
St. John's. There we go. Kelly.
Yeah, I know. There's stats like that. St. John's, just horrible record. I don't want to bet it.
This game,
I lean over.
Off, man. Like I knew Syracuse was gonna lose, but I didn't expect them to be down by 22 at half. That kind of like has thrown out my live betting. Like I think one of the most profitable angles.
Losing by a bucket hurts. I get it.
No, one of the most profitable angles in college basketball live betting is the team that loses the first half. You bet them on the second half spread, not the full game spread, just the second half spread. And they'll be as big as they'll be down by 12. And they'll be as big as a -4.5 in the second spread if you just plunge your nose and take it. It's money spot. But, man, Syracuse might get smoked.
College basketball is a game of two halves, 100%. We were talking about that on here the other day. Bro, especially if I'm betting full game, man, and my team is up by 8 points or 7, 8 points, maybe 10 points, but it's hanging in that 7, 8 point range, and they're kind of just hanging there the whole game. I'm like, man, fuck, I already know what time it is, bro. I already know what's going to happen. Now, if I got full game and they're down by a little bit or they're tied, I'm like, all right, the boys got this shit.
That's a game I was pretty close to moving on. And I'd like to do it. There still was a couple 9.5s. I maybe have to get this going here, refresh it, because there are some 8.5s. There's still 9s. I don't know, bookmaker. Yeah, to me, Arizona on the road. It's Washington State or nothing there, especially even at 9.5 still.
What's your thoughts on that Lobos game? That seems like out of all the mid-major games, it's the one that's gotten the most handle.
Yeah, New Mexico at home. You know who's playing really good, and I had him the other day beat up New Mexico because they're just not the same team on the road. But UNLV is playing better. The Boone Twins. UNLV's gotten healthy. They're at home again. I know Utah State's 15-1. They really, really love them. And I hate that that's a noon tip here at the Thomas and Mack. The place won't be crazy. I wish that game was at night because I think it'd get a lot better crowd. But I think UNLV's live here. That game's in 2 hours, +2.
Yeah, why is that game so early? You would think that would like if this was like a Wednesday night 11 o'clock start on the East Coast time, this would be a slam spot. But yeah, man, UNLV catching some points at the crib. Like it's not even like how good they've been playing. They've been playing some stiff competition like prior to their non-conference play and then their first couple games in conference play. Like, I don't know. They've been going in the San Diego State hostile environment, faded them there, kind of got sweaty at the end. And then New Mexico last week, that was good money betting them at the crib. So yeah, I don't blame you.
Yeah, I might have a bet on that. I just wish that was a later start. I think you'd get a way better crowd.
So I've hit on these a couple times, I know, but Billy wasn't in here when I talked Kansas, Oklahoma. I don't think. Did you look at anything in the Kansas, Oklahoma game, Billy?
I'm glad you asked me because this is kind of like the last decision that I have to make today. Pre-flop, I thought I was gonna really like Kansas, like for the Friday cards. I mean, for Saturday's cards, I kept these like days in advance. So lines come out on Friday. I screenshot these games on like a Wednesday night, and was it Wednesday that Kansas lost? Whenever Kansas last lost, I looked at when their next game was, and I was like, dude, I'm just gonna auto bet Kansas. And the more and more I look into it, without like Kansas's ATS off of a loss record and shit like that, if like you just put team A, team B, and they were just in white and black jerseys, man, yo, Oklahoma's like live dog here, bro. 7.5 points is a lot of points. Like these are one of those type of games where I feel comfortable playing Kansas, but I don't feel comfortable taking them on the 7.5 spread. So if I don't feel comfortable taking on the 7.5 spread, should I be parlaying this team? I think the one thing about Oklahoma that I think that's a little bit overinflated is their defensive efficiency ratings. They're ranked 12th in KenPom for defensive efficiency rating, which I think is a little bit due to like their record. I think the biggest thing is you always got to look at the Hunter Dickerson matchup. Are you going to be able to limit Hunter Dickerson and let him not do Sabonis-like things? And I don't know, man. Is Hughley and Goblin?
Sorry ass Sabonis. Fucking Jesus.
Sorry ass bonus last night. I know I had a daily fantasy lineup. That's what I had to say.
Hunter Dickinson. Nothing against him. I mean, he's been in college for 10 years. He should fucking manhandle these guys.
Him and Baycott
right.
both,
He looks like a real man. I like Kansas though, Dab, is what I'm getting towards. But man, that's
you missed it a little bit. You know, I mean, now if you could have got 5.5, yeah. But even at 7, I think you played it.
Here's the thing with Kansas's defense. So you were touching on it. They've been ahead a lot of games where they've let teams just kind of crawl back into it, and that's why they've been so close at the end and haven't really been covering a lot of spreads. But like after losing, like that's always for a team that's good enough to run away. I feel like that's the wake up, like slap in the face they need to like keep playing fucking defense the whole game, even when you're up by 12 points at the fucking 5-minute mark in the second half. You don't fucking let somebody crawl back into the game. And I think maybe they'll have that killer instinct finally to put their fucking foot down on, the throat and finish the kill. Because that's the one that's all Kansas has been lacking. That's why a lot of their games have got so close.
Well, their guy, like the guy that they have a bunch of guys, but the guy that's the killer, the guy that you want the ball in your hand at the end of the shot clock is Kevin McCullers. And Kevin McCullers, great basketball player. I'm a fan of the way he plays and the playing style. But if you're relying on Kevin McCullers to bail you out of games, man, you're gonna lose. You're gonna lose some across the way, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's Kevin McCullers is a great 1B guy. He's not a 1A guy.
Seeing if there's another one here coming up soon that we should hit on.
But I want to parlay Kansas, bro. Like I like these are one of those games where like I don't want to like overthink it. Like overthinking it meaning like, man, that's a lot of points, but I actually think Kansas wins this game.
I think there's a couple really good parlay pieces out there today. You know, like especially just because we got those spreads that are right around 4.5, 5.5. But you know, like Baylor later in the day possibly could be one. God, the way Baylor shoots from fucking beyond the line is like their 3-point shooting is incredible, man. That team. I mean, we saw what happens when they don't do it, like against Michigan State. But man, when they're hitting shots, holy shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It rain threes when they're hot.
Rains, bro. Just because there's like 3 players that are like above, like way above average to hit them.
Yeah, I mean, as a team, they're like 41%, 42. I think they're number one
in the nation,
in the country. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Baylor defense, they can get sloppy and they, can have these shit games, but they can shoot it.
They have studs that can bail them out of some bad games.
No, I haven't moved on it, Justin.
I like that parlay. Kelly McInnes says in the chat, parlay Kansas and New Mexico.
There you go.
That's a good little parlay. Like if you're looking at if you're a normal human and you look at the games the day of the games and you see that New Mexico line, I mean that line isn't what it was when it opened up last night. So you would have to kind of parlay it. When those I would feel safer with the money line than I would on the spread, even though if the money line hits, they probably cover the spread.
What's the dog, Billy, in the UFC?
The dog for UFC tonight.
Best dog.
It's a plug your nose type of one, and it's a unpopular one. Mario Bautista is about to fuck up people's parlays tickets. Everybody and their mom. This is what I call a bookcase fight. A bookcase fight means where the bookies have booked so much action on one side. Ricky Simon opened up at minus 145, climbed up to as high as minus 188, minus 190. And on the co-main event, Manel Kopp, he ended up missing weight, and the fight ended up getting pulled off. He was like the biggest parlay piece on the main card. He was like 275, opened up at 200, went all the way up to 300. But that fight got pulled off. So I feel like a lot of people that are putting together their parlays today are going to see that Ricky Simon line, and it just looks nice. It's a very nice.
Yeah.
Like you could parlay that up with anything and probably get plus odds or even odds. And all the closing, I call them the closing line value buddies, Connor. They all got Ricky Simon minus 145, minus 150. You know how the books make money? The dog ends up winning by decision. Everybody's betting the over 2.5. Everybody's betting Ricky Simon. The best way for the books to win is if this fight goes under 2.5 or if the dog wins. So I think the dog could win by a knockout, but go Mario Bautista by decision, and that's going to fuck up everybody's shit this weekend. The other one I was looking at was Gabriel Benavidez. Everybody and their mom loves Jim Miller. Jim Miller opened up as plus 120 like a month ago. That line's going up all the way to minus 150 towards Jim Miller. I don't. If you replace the fighters and you didn't say Jim Miller and Gabriel Benitez, and you put fighter A, fighter B, Benitez is 5 years younger, longer, probably faster, a little bit more durable, and he's
really. Has he got a good chin?
A decent enough chin. Like
yeah,
he got
smoked
by like the top end of the division. There was only one fight that had you like, what the fuck? But and then the other one is man, this guy has no chin at all whatsoever. But from all the breakdowns and people that I've seen breakdown fights this weekend, they left a huge portion out of this fight. Phil Hawes, dog odds against Bruno Ferreira. Bruno Ferreira got smoked by Narleton Bruziaboa, who is like this international prospect that we got at the Philly gym about a year ago. And then he's getting Phil Hawes left Vegas to go to Philadelphia and to train this camp with the Philly guys like Sean Brady, Joe Bodybags Pfeiffer, and Brandon Allen, who's fighting the main event. He's like ranked number 5. He went 4-0 last year. He was training with all of them. I don't know, man. In a weird way, I think Phil Hawes is a live dog, and I think he's going to get a knockout. It's like, yeah, his chin sucks, but you know how you avoid not having a chin? By knocking out the other guy first. Like, that's
were you sitting here with us a couple weeks ago, like when last time there was UFC? I think you were here, and I did the picks, and I was just clicking the buttons on the pubsportsradio.com.
No, I wasn't. I don't think I was there for that one.
Okay, so I tell everyone, I'm like, I don't know, right? You should still sign up though, right? You just go to pubsportsradio.com for the UFC event. You click on events. You sign up for the tournament, and then you make or the fights. Sorry, whatever. It's not Mortal Kombat. You sign up for the fucking fights, and you pick your fucking how they're gonna win, decision. You know what round you go through and click it all. And I just did it right here live for everyone to show them. I guess I can do it again. My phone's just charging right now. And I got 6th, and there's a lot of, I think there was over 100 people, at least 70 or 80, and I got 6th, and I don't even know what I'm doing. So you should definitely sign up and try. You could win $100.
Dave won.
Winner gets $100. It's free too. You don't got to pay anything.
Yeah, Dave won before, bro. Like, that's crazy. Like,
yeah.
I don't even think Dave can name 15 fighters in the UFC right now.
I can't even name 3, bro.
Regardless. Like, but I'm saying, like, Dave used to be a UFC fan type of thing. So, like, he has, like, common base knowledge of the sport.
He'll be okay, bro. He's rich.
Oh, man. I got to see what I got to make this parlay official.
Hey,
we doing this Kansas thing, though? Did you take full game or first half?
I got full game, but I got it 5.5, so I got it before it moved. But I knew it would move. That's why I took it. I mean, everybody knows it's Kansas off a loss at home. It's just a matter of like I didn't think it was a sneaky play. I just think they bounce back here, and I think they might have that killer attitude coming out. I like it as a parlay piece, though. Like you said, maybe like Kansas and Baylor, or Kansas and Houston on the money line. I mean, you could obviously go with all 3 of those teams if anybody wants to. I'm gonna fuck with it right here. I might do something. Might put a little 2 or 3 team parlay together. I just got to see what my odds are.
Yeah, but as much as Kansas is coming off of a loss, so is Oklahoma, man. And their non-conference wins are nothing to be shy about, man. Wins against Iowa, USC, Providence, Arkansas. Their only loss in non-conference was against North Carolina.
Oklahoma's not a bad basketball team. I've only I bet against, I mean, I had North Carolina against them, but I've been on North Carolina. Syracuse, scoring early here. But I had USC first half actually against Oklahoma, and USC covered that first half and then didn't cover full game. But yeah, Oklahoma's a good basketball team. They are a good basketball team. I just think Kansas comes home and wins this basketball game by 8 to 10 points.
I don't blame you, man. Like I'm trying to figure it out. Like, what am I gonna parlay it with? And then I got to compare the odds across the market. But the one thing I do like about this game that kind of goes under the radar compared to Kansas's last couple of games is this is a national television game. Like, big national television game. And no, it's not. It's on ESPN Plus. I was gonna say I thought this was on like ABC or CBS, because when it's on ABC, CBS, or like ESPN1 or ESPN2, they always get those extra timeouts, and you get those extra timeouts. I don't think Kansas is going more than 7 guys tonight on the bench. Maybe 8. 8 is like the max. And if Kansas sticks with a short rotation, I do like Kansas. It's just, I don't know. I'm thinking this out loud.
No, I like that, dude. This isn't the best game to bet here, but it's like we're all here actually really gambling, talking about what we're going to do. I'm putting together a parlay that I might bet right now, like right here with you guys. Everybody in the chat, let me know. You got Kentucky +3 here, Benjamin. I got a first half with Kentucky, so we're in that together, man. Let's get this. Everybody, let me know what you're betting. I'm not a big parlay person, but bro, I've told myself like I'm gonna loosen up with just some of the stuff I do. It won't be a large bet when I do it, like 50 or something bucks on a parlay just for fun here and there.
This just in, Nolly knows NKU at Detroit under 137. Bradley -3.5. UMD, UMKC under 140.5.
There you go.
I might tail him on that Detroit play. I can definitely see that shit going under.
Bro, we should have taken Syracuse at half.
We should have taken Syracuse at half. It's just, bro.
North Carolina just scored again. We could still take them live. I think they don't lose this game. I should have got in on the 20. I talked about it earlier. I was like, if this goes over 20, I'm just going to grab it. And it got over 20 for a while.
It was, bro, the first half line was as high as 25.5.
Yeah, we should have taken Syracuse live. They just look so fucking bad.
They just look so bad that I felt like I jumped the gun. I was like, nah, they're not going to look this bad. Like, I should have just waited the extra, if I would have waited the extra, minute and 30 seconds, I could have got 25.5 and I would have cashed that. So, I don't know if I should be – if I start off my day with 2 L's in the Syracuse-UNC game, I'd be pissed.
When is this Purdue game? So Nutflesh said he waited as long as he could. 151 over in Purdue. You meant you waited for the line to get to the best line? I'm looking at this. Shout out to our guy Nutflesh right there. He came in and said exactly what you said right off the top of the show, Billy. Nutflesh dropped it in the chat. He said, with all the stuff going on, make money in the NHL where nobody's paying attention.
Facts, though. I've been saying that for the UFC today, for the UFC bros and stuff like that, remember, NFL is the most bet on American sport by a wide margin. And them having wild card games on Saturday, bro, ain't nobody watching no UFC card at 4:00 p.m. unless you're like a UFC junkie.
Right. Just go ahead and take Devon A. Chain's rushing prop. Like I said, we'll just keep running it back.
Mostert's back, though, man. I'm a little bit nervous. With the snow being in that game.
Yeah, that's the only reason I hadn't bet it right away was because I was thinking about the snow. It's like, how slow is he going to be in the snow? You know what I mean? I've always wondered that. It slows everybody down, but how much does it affect somebody who's how much does the snow affect fast players? You see what I'm saying?
I think it affects the defense more than it does the offense.
You think so? Well, we got another guy backstage now that can weigh in on this. Glad to see him pop in here with us. I'm sure he'll have plenty of action across any spot with us. We call him the pimp slap play of the day, but he's really got multiple pimp slaps for the bookie. My guy, Mr. Mike. What up, Mikey?
What up, boys? Happy Saturday. Let's go. Let's go. Trying to get that cash.
Mikey.
Billy Gray, C-Mac. What up, boys? Dabby.
What up? What up?
Choking. Hey, C-Mac, you see Georgia's making a push, man. 46-43 right now.
Yeah. Get it done. Fucking bums.
I love that.
God, man, stress me out.
Fucking bums. You should be up by 12. Hey, Mikey, what's up, man? You got some action for everybody. What you been cashing on early today? What you looking at later?
This guy's got bets. Holy shit, does he got bets with a
Ramon
card like this?
You up though, Mike. Hey, you talk about my low action. I want to see if you can get like Ramon. He said he's got over 100 bets already today.
I have. I'll
that
get
still
there.
makes me laugh. 100 bets.
By the time the day's out, I'll get there. Especially with a UFC card tonight. You figure you play what are there 14 fights? You play them one or two different ways. There, you're up to 28 bets potentially right there. You add in the 2 football games. You put 2 props on each. Brings you up to the 30 mark. You had sides and totals, a teaser that we're 35, almost 40. We'll get there today. It's going to be a good day. We're going to have a glorious day today. I did start off. I'll tell you.
Would you turn your sign on, please?
What's that?
I hate that you have your sign behind you. That's so dope, and you don't have it on.
It doesn't shine right with the camera that I have right now. It kind of becomes. I guess it's not bad.
No,
it's not bad. What do you mean it doesn't shine right? It looks great.
Oh, my main light's off right now. But yeah. Thanks, man. Thanks for noticing. Look at first bets that I have for the football game, though. I went with Jerome Ford over 42.5 rushing yards. I think it's a good opportunity for them to keep it on the ground. They got the Joe Flacco weapon, but you got to keep CJ Stroud off the field. We saw Houston's running game running defense get kind of exploited. So I think it's an opportunity. 42.5 seems like a good number for him to bust one big one off, maybe 28, 30 yards, and then nickel and dime his way to get that thing cashed. I also took the Cleveland Browns. Believe it or not, rookie quarterbacks in this position, or I shouldn't say rookie quarterbacks, but teams that outbeat their Vegas expectations preseason lose that first week of the season 75% of the time, outbeat their potential defined by the regular season win line, right? If you beat your regular season win line in the playoffs by 2 games or more, you're I want to say it was like 12-37 or something like that in the postseason. So not a good spot for Houston today to start this game off here. I went with Cleveland. I lay the -2. It's now 2.5, so it's moving in that direction as well. Cleveland, the first time a favorite in the postseason. Give me them, Cleveland Browns, the Brownies, baby. Let's go.
I do like the Browns.
I think that game could be pretty good. I have, CJ Stroud, if he hasn't turned the ball over like he has all year, I think the game's close. So, he's just been so good. I mean, what was he, 28-5 this year? And we'll see with Flacco, they've overcome it. He's just been thrown for a ton of yards. And, they played, 5 weeks ago, came back and kind of beat him up in the end. What was it, like 36? I don't know what it was, 36-24, something like that. Browns won. And they do have the better defense. The Texans kind of just, they're not horrible, they're not great. They in the red zone, they kind of pinch down, but yeah, they could have a little bit of trouble. But they're at home. I think this is a good game.
It's going to be a great game. I think it's going to probably be one of the better. I'm still speaking of good games. I'm still not sure why they moved that Buffalo game here. It's 40 degrees and I see green grass around here. Granted, I'm an hour and a half away from the stadium, but it seems like an odd move, a very precautious move. But that game should be.
What about tomorrow? Is it supposed to be that bad? Like 50-mile-an-hour winds or whatever?
The thing about where that stadium sits is it's kind of at the intersection of Lake Ontario and Lake Erie. So when it snows,
it gets ripped.
They get blasted, and it's no joke. Like they'll catch a foot like it's nothing, so I think that's what they're expecting to have happen is the case. But crazy to think that they already canceled. I was looking outside. I'm like, really? It's fucking looks like a spring day out there right now. It's a little windy, but nonetheless, there you go. But I got to go with the Bills in that game. I think that's a big Bill spot. Moving it to Monday, I think only helps. Give them a little bit more rest, a little more advantage for the defense to get healthy, the offense, the wide receivers, everybody to get it together. So I'm not sure about this Kansas City game though, boys. I haven't. I want to pull the trigger on Kansas City. I just feel like is it just that easy? Is it that easy that I saw a stat last night that I saw. Andy Reid, first game of the playoffs. And I forgot the circumstances behind it. Oh, if the team wins the last game of the regular season by a point or loses against the spread, 0-5 going into this game tonight, 0-5 to the under and 0-5 for Andy Reid as a head coach. 3 games with the Eagles, 2 games with Kansas City. Now his 3rd game coming up as well. Would have thought Andy Reid was the difference maker, but in this case, it shows that Andy Reid is the kryptonite to that Kansas City team.
I don't have 100, but I made a bet while you were doing that. You want to know what it was?
I'm proud of you.
Yeah. You want to know what it was?
Boy.
I took Houston on the money line because I only bet them first half. So I'm like, you know what? I can take them full game. I took them on the money line and I put it with Baylor on the money line for a little plus money there, plus 115. So I got Houston and Baylor both on the money line.
Houston Texans?
No.
Yeah, there was no Stroud in the first game. Yeah.
Cougars. Sorry for being confusing.
Didn't really matter, but that's why, I like Texans, so.
Well, fuck you, C-Mac.
Fuck you. I think it's going to be a good game.
Oh, you thought I was going to get you. I'm like, no, the Cougars, bro. My bad if that was confusing.
No, I was just answering the question. I know that about Stroud, in the first meeting.
Fuck you, C-Mac. That was funny. I like that. C-Mac for a while would send me gifts of the other team every time I'd post a bet that he didn't like.
Really?
Yeah, it was like, and it was like, I'm not even gonna joke, bro. I think it was like 4-0 when he did it, and I was like, "Stop fucking doing that."
Yeah,
Like,
there's been
he
a
was
couple
4-0.
basketball ones I didn't do for you, and they would have won too. So
Fuck you,
I'll not do
Steve.
it
How
for
about that? I'm
you.
gonna join that trade. Fuck you, Steve. The last couple ones would have won too. What an asshole.
Yeah, there should be a refund at least for now for the Pittsburgh game.
Yeah, because
Pittsburgh
it goes
Bills.
from that 1 o'clock spot to the 4:30 spot there. It does cross over the 24-hour windows, as Ramon points out there. So should be a potential for a refund out there. And I still think it's going to be a tight game. I don't know that we see it a high scoring, situation out there. Even if the snow does go away, they're still going to be cold as fucking windy out there. So, despite all of that, there's still going to be some difficult conditions to play football in.
So a lot of runs. So you think that?
And I heard you guys talking about it when I first came on there about the snow. I think it affects everybody out there. Snow at least on the field and as far as the conditions. Look at that Eagles game. Was it the Eagles?
Does it even out? I don't even know how to understand.
I think it affects the defense more, bro. Like when you're backpedaling in snow and shit like that, the person coming forward has the advantage.
The Michael Vick and I think it was LaShawn McCoy season where they were scoring like crazy at will on the offense. They go out there and play a playoff game, and I want to say the final score was 6-3. They couldn't move the ball 10 yards, either side of things. Defense was stepping up. Offense couldn't get the job done on the ground. Couldn't pass it because it was so fucking windy and slippery out there. And it was I might not have been 6-3, but it was low scoring. I believe it was a field goal difference out there. And we could see the same thing, I think, potentially.
Yeah, fuck that. I don't want to get involved in that.
I had a ton of props on. The only reason I remember it, 1 Eagles, 2 props. Had a shitload of props, tied a bunch of parlays, and then they come out in that game and everything was under. Couldn't get anything going.
Everybody's props are going under. That's what you heard it here first. Mike said it. All your fucking props are going under. The game's going under. The props are going under.
Fuck your props.
49-43 Northwestern, Wisconsin here. VCU is losing at halftime to LaSalle. That could be a live bet opportunity right there with VCU. They're not a bad basketball team this year. They haven't been able to close some games out, but that could be a good live look right there.
Yeah.
Oklahoma, Kansas, finally a game that I have action in, and Kentucky A&M coming up here at the 1 o'clock time. I can't wait for those games to tip, man.
Northwestern's starting to climb back in this Wisconsin game. It's a 6-point game. That shit on. Actually, that's on the Big Ten Network. I do not have that on this.
I was about to say,
Big Ten Network.
Other than our game, it looks like across the board we've got some good basketball games. We've got an ass beating here at Syracuse, North Carolina, but Seton Hall, Butler is close.
Yeah.
NC State, Louisville's close. Tennessee, Georgia. Georgia has taken the lead, it looks like, 53-51. You guys just touched on Northwestern, Wisconsin. We literally have the only game that's a trash game. Everything else is a great game.
Yeah, I think Syracuse.
Tennessee,
I've
Georgia
followed them for a long time. You got Syracuse coming off that big Boston College win. They've always beat Boston College. You got to figure they were due to roll over and get fucking thumped.
Mm-hmm.
The old baby seal treatment. You hit them over the head with a club,
Yeah, when I saw them, I'm like, I can't take that.
Yeah.
Those points, like, no fucking way.
I just felt like it was too many points, but obviously it's not. But I would have bet North Carolina or nothing because I just thought it was too many points, so I didn't bet it.
I thought about Louisville, but I couldn't do it. They're probably going to cover her.
I talked about how I feel about that conference earlier, Gas Report. I fucking hate that conference. So maybe I'll let some of these guys take it away for you. Providence, Xavier here. Xavier 7-8, Providence 11-5. They did lose that home game recently to UConn. That was their first home loss in 10 games at home. Providence 2.5-point favorite. I mean, fuck, man. I hate that conference. What do you guys think about that game?
I can't get right with Providence.
Me neither.
Xavier, that's a tough conference for me all around. It seems like, granted I'm not watching it, so I can't decide what's happening on the play-by-play situation. But a difficult. I don't know. I don't have a look on it. I don't. I'd like to throw a Hail Mary out there, but it just doesn't. I got.
What's
nothing.
that?
There he is.
What-
Nasty Nate. They smash.
What's Carter's
Reject.
first name? Providence, Mike.
Oh man. I'm fucking grotesquely hungover, boys.
I was gonna say the kid from Providence that's been stepping up with Hopkins out has been this dude Carter. He's gone over his point prop 4 out of his last 5, and his shot usage and attempts have gone up since the
Devin
Hopkins.
Carter. Yeah, he's
I
been
would say,
balling.
Yeah.
Last 2 games, he's had 31 and 25 points on 22 field goal attempts and 19 field goal attempts and 12 free throws attempted in each game. And on the Xavier side, I don't got anybody down for really guarding him. So I would say Carter over his 18.5 points, best bet in that game. Dude shot 22 shots. That is like some Shea Gilgeous Alexander like number.
Yeah, no, if he's gonna shoot it 20 times a game, which he has been, like you're talking about, he should.
And they're at home too.
I am king now. Yes.
Yeah,
you know what though? Everybody's betting on him, and the line's dropping. The money line's dropping. Everybody's going against him there in that Providence spot. So does Xavier come out there and pull a sneaky little upset? That might be on the cards here. 2 points for an 11-5 Providence team that's at home. That seems kind of sketchy in itself.
It's not even the fact that they're 10-1 at home. It's just Hopkins was by far the best player in that team.
Yeah.
He's no longer
Xavier's been all right. You know, they're not awful. You know, I saw them beat Cincinnati. They kind of got beat up. Was it St. John's beat them, I think, by like 13. They just lost to UConn by 5. You know, I don't think they're great, but yeah, tough one. I don't want anything there.
Yeah, it's a gritty team, right? You look back at it. That whole conference, that whole conference is tough to me. You know, you look at what they do out there. They rise up to the challenge against the Seton Hall team. The Xavier does. You know, they come out there 4-point favorites against the Seton Hall team as well. That's been kind of world beaten right now on their tour, and they come out there and wax them by 20. That's a huge win for them out there. Big opportunity to rise. They come out there, they beat a Villanova team. You know, or I'm sorry, lost to Villanova but covered the spread. Still 66-65. And then they only lose to UConn by a 5 spot. And if you look at the numbers that they're getting, it suggests that Xavier's a competitive team. We know that. We can see that in their record. On the flip side of things, I just can't fucking cover with Providence. Every time I bet Providence, they shit all over my bankroll. It's that wet, messy kind of shit too.
I have the same problem with them, man. I can't touch Providence. I tell you what, though, what I can do is I can bet the parlay that I just bet in this college basketball. As much as I want to make, a prop bet in that game with, I don't think I can do it, not with the weather. And then I'm just not that interested in these NFL games today, but you know who is interested in them? The NFL Pub Hub, which is going to be live right after us, right here on the same channel, Pub Sports Radio. So make sure you tune in because they'll have all the top cappers from the season breaking down the games and giving out their bets. Are you on it today, Mike?
I am not.
C-Mac,
make
really?
the cut.
No.
No, UFC's at 4:00. As much as I love the NFL.
Oh shit! Okay,
Yeah.
my
The
bad.
NFL is
NFL's not my.
They've changed the NFL a whole lot from
Fuck
what
the
it used
NFL,
to be
bro.
like.
I'll bet it, but
And
fuck it.
you have to bet a prop bet in like fucking 5 days in advance to get a good number on it. So I'm still adjusting.
That's true. I mean, you got to bet. Yeah. It's tough to get it. Yeah. Day of props. Yeah. Oh, shit.
It's damn near impossible to bet something the day of anymore for the NFL. It's so popular of a sport, and like it gets to the point where, like, for example, Rasheed Rice, his yards are at 50, like 5.5 or something like that, but his reception prop is 5.5 juiced at -160. Like, bro, what the fuck? Come on, man. We used to not do that like a year and a half, 2 years ago. That would be like. Those are like Tyreek Hill numbers when he played for the Kansas City Chiefs offense. 5.5 catches at -160 is wild. And I think he gets it. It's just wild to me that I would have to, for all that shit. I feel better with my Tom Nolan by knockout at the same exact odds in rounds 1 or 2. I'll just stick to my UFC shit.
Did you hear the parlay that I bet just a little bit ago? I thought about maybe going Wake Forest instead of Houston, but I went Houston and Baylor.
Houston, Baylor. Who does Baylor play today again?
Baylor plays later
Cincy?
today. Cincinnati. Yeah, they got Baylor's at home against Cincinnati tonight.
Michael Johnson,
Cincinnati's
I like that
good, bro.
Vancouver over. Vancouver Sabres game to go over. That's a strong feeling I got on that one there.
What'd you say?
Vancouver on the road against Eastern Conference teams, 22-2 to the over, going over by a goal and a half. So good spot for Vancouver to put some pucks in the net. Buffalo needs to follow up on their end of the bargain, and they've been finding the back of the net their last game as well. So give me that over in that hockey game. Sorry, boys, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're good. If you're talking bets, man, I like it. I just like firing away, giving people action. Because I'm not live betting this Syracuse fucking North Carolina game. I can tell you that's what I'm not doing. I wish Billy would have hit his bet, but I still wouldn't have bet it even if he did. I don't know how you bet this game. Like I said, North Carolina's putting their foots down right now. It's not really.
Yeah, that was a stupid bet. I hopped up out the shower, turned on the game, and
you say it, bro, but you could have you're one bucket away from cashing.
Yeah, but it's just frustrating. If I would have just waited the extra minute and 30 seconds, I would have had a plus 25.5 first half of my first pocket, plus 19.5. So that's the frustrating part of it. Not even like the outcome of the bet was exactly how I thought it was going to go. Like a bullshit backdoor cover.
Tennessee is now down 54-61 to Georgia. You know what's funny is I almost took Tennessee first half in that game and I didn't, but they actually would have covered that first half, but they're now losing 61-54. And shout out to CMAC. I hope they keep it going for our guy.
I'll tell you what, I had Georgia the other day against was it Arkansas? I thought a lot of people were on Arkansas, and Georgia came out there and slapped that boys like a bunch of
Mike.
Oh.
Fuck you, Mike.
What were you on the other side?
Fuck you, Mike.
Georgia's a team that I just haven't gotten
I'm supposed to know.
right on. Like I made some money on them during Feast Week, I believe it was. I made money on them earlier on in the year, and it just, when you make money on a team in November, it leaves a good lasting memory in your head, and you start not forcing spots, but like kind of jumping the gun on spots. And I feel like that's been the theme for me with Georgia this year. Like, I feel like I don't want to jump the gun, but I should have definitely been all over them full game here in this. I actually think Georgia's going to win this game by double digits. If anybody has FanDuel win margin, Georgia to win by 11 plus points is plus 575. That's pretty ridiculous. I didn't bet it, but watching this game, Georgia looks like they're about to turn it up another notch.
I got one more hockey play for you guys here. I got a bunch of hockey plays.
I like this, Mike. Before you drop that, I like this. The Longhorns Jayhawks money line parlay -104. I like that. I don't think Texas loses to West Virginia there, so I like that. And then Kansas, I like that a lot. Man.
Yeah, that's got
I like that a whole lot.
Especially Kansas coming off that last beatdown there, or not beatdown, but covered the few won that first half, and then they shit the bed in the full game. We talked about that one.
More money in the chat. Good drop, Andrew. Go ahead, Mike. My bad. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I just wanted to say I like that. I like that Kansas Longhorn.
The strongest angle we've been following in the NHL right now this season on Last Call is the revenge factor. When you're a home favorite and you take a loss, now you go on the road and you're playing in the same season against the team that you took that home loss to. If you're a favorite on the road in that spot. So home favorite loss, road favorite, same team, revenge angle, smacking all over the place, getting the job done. It's an LA Kings spot tonight. Playing, I believe it's the Detroit Red Wings out there. So a little pricey at -160. I wouldn't be mad at anybody that wanted to go -1. You could probably catch that. Let me see what the -1 number looks like out there. -1 or regulation, 6 and 1, half a dozen in the other. Rangers, good spot there for the Rangers today. Let me take a peek at what that -1 looks like. That thing's, by the way, when I say it's been a good angle for us, I think it's cashed the last 7 times, and it's 10-1 in its last 11 games. And I think we've cashed 6 of those 7 times on it.
Ramon Scott dropped an action for us in the chat right there. He said Winthrop -4.5 on the road, or meant over Radford. I don't know if they're on the road or not, excuse me, but just -4.5 over Radford.
Tell you what, when Ramon Scott drops a play, you better fucking play it. No joke. He came in the chat last night. He was dropping some women's tennis action out there. Fucking thing smashed. It's Ramon Scott. He don't fuck around.
We got the NFL Pub Hub, and then the UFC live. So that's why we had to pick one of these early games. And it's hard to pick, but would have liked to see Syracuse have made it somewhat more of a game for us, but it doesn't seem like
we
we're
should
going to.
Tennessee, Georgia. Tennessee, Georgia was the game.
Yeah, you're right.
I just from a name recognition, you would think Syracuse, but nah, Syracuse is the line told you everything you needed to know in that one.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, North Carolina's been winning on the road. Got to be happy to come back home here. Shout out Jacqueline in the chat. Everybody out there. Nathan Cerna. So we've been just
The chat
going through, man, firing away here. Everybody's been having action, talking about a bunch of stuff. But if anybody has anything out there that you guys see live, put it in there right now. We'll see. We'll highlight it. Vanderbilt down 9, it looks like, to Mississippi. VCU has now taken the lead, 37-35. I should have looked at a live line in that game. Even if it doesn't cover, I should have looked at it. I'm mad at that I didn't. It's hard for me to want to bet things that I'm not watching. Usually I'll be watching multiple games, but when we do the stream, I have to kind of just have it on one.
Yeah, I mean, King Al, is that it seems too obvious to make that bet, in my opinion. I mean, yeah, it seems like a great bet. The Ducks fucking suck, Ducks were leading against Carolina. They end up getting their shit kicked in there 6-3. They lose to Nashville, so this is their third straight road game out there. They lose to Nashville 5-3. Those are two tough teams. Now you're going out there against the Tampa Bay team with Vasilevsky in goal that's found his edge again. They're 3-1 in their last 4. They beat up a Minnesota team that kind of a punching bag with the injuries. They lose to a Boston team 7-3 on the road, but then they come back home. They handle business coming back 2-0 against the LA Kings, and then they beat the New Jersey Devils 4-3. So in terms of teams that are battle-tested and ready right now, Tampa Bay has been playing kind of a gauntlet schedule. Not even so much a gauntlet schedule. They do have a Winnipeg game in there as well. They're playing some tough teams. Do they take it easy? Do they take their foot off the gas against this Ducks team and the Ducks sneak them? Potentially, but the 1.5 just seems like it's too easy to me, right? I mean, it's minus 105 out there, minus 105 spots. It's still at that threshold where I would consider it. I would probably parlay it with something. Tampa Bay should whoop them boys, but how bad are the Ducks going to lose every fucking game? Shout out to the Ducks for taking that piece of shit Cutter Gauthier. You take him, you fucking stick with him, and you fucking shit all over him.
Quack.
Scumbag.
Quack. 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 Oh, they don't do that?
Yeah.
That's the Mighty Ducks.
They got Cutter Gauthier. He's going to be quacking all over those motherfuckers. You guys know who he is?
No, I don't know it.
And they give it in return, though. They gave the Flyers Jamie Drysdale, and he has been.
He's got points in his first 2 starts there. He's got points in both of them. Key goals to tie the games up out there as well. Guy's getting it done.
The only Ducks player I know is Goldberg. He was the goalie, right?
He's a meth addict, isn't he? Isn't he a meth addict now?
I don't know, man. All I remember is he was in like that movie, and like wasn't he in like another one, like The Big Green or some shit like that? I don't know. I don't remember things very well from childhood.
Wasn't he a movie called like Strange Wilderness or something like that?
That's a good movie. Syracuse had no life in them this second half. We got 8 minutes left, and they are still just getting their shit thrown. Not even getting it to the rim. Just get that shit out of here. North Carolina taking the ball right down the court and, getting to the free throw line. 88-51 right now.
Damn.
Ass beating. Blah, blah.
Quack,
Goldberg,
quack.
did I say his name wrong, Justin? I don't know. The big kid that played the goalie.
Goldberg, the goalie.
I was more of a fan of what was her name? The cat there. I can't remember her name. The goalie.
I definitely am not going to remember.
The one that replaced him in the international one. Julie. Wasn't it Julie the cat?
Bro, I don't even know the famous actor's name that was like the coach. I can't even remember. I don't even know what his name is. I can picture his face, but I don't know people.
Emilio Estevez? Come on, dude.
No, I don't know. No, nothing.
I don't even know Emilio.
Come on now.
Defender, boom, and
Emilio.
right up the sled.
Georgia's up 66-58. You were right, though, Billy. That would have been a better game than this one. Even if Georgia does blow Tennessee out, that would be better just because Tennessee is supposed to win that game and they're, the favorite. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like Georgia was plus 7.5 at home.
Yeah, and they're only up by 8 right now. I'm not saying that they're going to blow them out. I'm just saying even if they did, it would still be better than, because North Carolina was supposed to do this, and they did it. We're getting to watch what was supposed to happen, right?
Georgia, Bulldogs.
Go Dogs.
They better be ranked after this week. Win or lose
What, the
this
Bulldogs?
game, they should be ranked, yeah.
Justin, I might have to
left,
redact my statement from yesterday. There might be one team that's worth a shit from the state of Georgia. I'll give it to the Bulldogs. Go Dogs. The Gas Report says Men at Work, Underground Classic. Hell yeah, that was a great one. That was Charlie Sheen and Emilio Estevez. That was great.
Brothers.
Chill out, North Carolina. Eat the clock. Stop driving. Stop going right to the fucking basket. 90-53 now.
So, Mikey, anything that's popping off here in 15 minutes you're on?
For college basketball?
Yeah.
Anything, but yeah.
Anything? Sure.
Well, whatever, anything. But these games are about to start. There's, 20 games here.
Yeah, I like UNC Asheville in that spot. I think it's a good spot. Low number for Asheville. Lots of movement in the direction. Everybody kind of likes them at home. Longwood, not such a big fan. 13-5 coming on the road as a big as I should say a short favorite there. I'm going to go with Asheville to get this game done. I don't have a lot in this early slot. Like I said, excessive consumption of cocktails and marijuana last night have left me to scramble short at the last minute here. But that is one spot that I have early here in that 2:00 window. And then I mentioned that hockey game. I like that over in the Vancouver spot. Those are two plays that I'm on here coming up in the short order.
All right.
What do you think about Asheville? Is that a shit play? Tell me why that plays.
I don't mind it. I
like Asheville.
The other one that I'm on is New Mexico. I think New Mexico, they're playing in San Diego State.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Did you?
Yep.
That barn, as far as being home, that's a tough place to play. It's probably outside of Kansas. That's probably one of the most competitive advantages when it comes to a home court advantage out there. And it's a big game with the 14-2 San Diego team coming in. So I don't want to be redundant, but I'm on New Mexico. I like New Mexico at home in those spots.
Every time everybody says New Mexico, I always think that one commercial, avocados in New Mexico.
Bro, what? Holy shit. They did one the other day. They're dumb commercials, but I don't even remember what it was. Like somebody got fired or lost a game or something shitty. And they were like, they told it to that song. He's like, did you just fire me to the fucking avocados from Mexico jingle? Their commercials are funny, bro. I like them. I don't know. Simple, but funny.
Yeah, I just threw in a little parlay myself. One in each slate. I like Kansas and Lipscomb.
Kansas, there's 6 out there now. This line is backed up. Yeah, all of a sudden.
Yeah, it's what made me end up parlaying it. That money line dropped from like 310 to like 275.
There's a home team here that starts in 10 minutes. I think they got a good shot. I haven't bet them at all since the beginning of the year.
Wake Forest?
They can flat score. That's a good team. We already talked about that game. George Washington. George Washington at home.
Washington today, bro.
Play the one. You take it money line. Davidson's all right school. And also that total I lean over. I mean, especially at home, George Washington can fill it up.
Did you take it first half or full game? Because I
did full game.
When I was looking at that game, I feel like people are sleeping on George Washington, George Washington.
I was all over him early. I haven't bet them in a long time.
They were catching fucking 15 plus points in the first month of the season, and they were just winning games outright.
Yeah. Oh yeah, G-Dub.
G-Dub. But the only thing that kind of scared me off a little bit was is Davidson really just that bad? Like,
No, they're all right. But George Washington is one of these good home teams. 9-1. Come on. Just got to win the game.
just got to win the game. Yeah, that's what the line's at.
And Davidson's off back-to-back losses at home, too. This game could be pretty good, but I got to be on good old George.
Good old George. I like IUPUI too. IUPUI. Give me a little IUPUI at home. 12.5 points against Oakland.
Pooey.
I fucking hate
Never
that.
forget that team because they had. I remember they had the tryouts a few years ago. They let anybody from the fucking school.
I can never. I'm rooting for you, Mike. I don't have a bet on the other side, but I can never bet against my man, Coach Campy. Yo, Coach Campy, the oldest coach in all of college sports, coaches over there at Oakland. He's been there for over 20 plus years at Oakland, and man, like the way he's transformed that program is just miraculous. And they're a powerhouse over there in the Horizon. Oakland is one of the best teams in the Horizon by like wide margin. Like Coach Campy will fuck around and he'll play one of these Power 5 schools and he'll cover one of those big dog lines. He just didn't do it against State when I needed him to do it last time I bet him. But man, Coach Campy's legit.
Hey, there you go, Big O. Creighton first half cashes. Yeah.
Great bet. Got balls. Are we doing something with this live line with Tennessee? Is like Tennessee about to just get smoked, or are they about to make this late little push run here? Line right now plus 6.5, juice towards Tennessee at minus 130. Or is Georgia gonna win this game by double digits? Georgia to win by double digits still plus 220.
I haven't been watching the game, but I don't know. Tennessee's got to feel that pressure right now after losing that last game. This is not a good feeling being down again right now.
I kind of
see how they react. There's a lot of pressure right now on this team.
I'll give you guys another look here. I'm struggling to get there with it, but just because of Purdue, Penn State. Here you go. Everybody betting away on Purdue. 85% of the bets, 77% of the cash. Lions move 3 points towards Penn State from an opening plus 21 to 18.5. Purdue 0-7-1 against the spread when they failed to cover by 15 or more points the previous game. They did not cover by 23.5 points that last game. Potential fade spot and taking on Penn State, but can you do that? I mean, Penn State 8-8, Penn State. Yeah, I've seen some real ugly Penn State games. It's like
they blew it that second half, Mike, on fucking Wednesday
against Northwestern.
Yep. They were up by like 8 at halftime and just fucking melted.
It's like when they stop trying, you can visually see they stop trying out there, and you know it's tough conference there. Obviously, the Big Ten. Big home court advantage for the Big Ten as well this season. Certainly Big Ten, tough place to play in a lot of those buildings, but could be a Penn State spot, 18.5. I just got to watch that.
Oh, it's huge. Yeah, I mean, that's
18.5, a shitload of points. And then if you look at Purdue on the other side of things, losing outright as an 8-point favorite to Nebraska on the road. I was all over Nebraska in that game, but I expected it to be a tough spot for Purdue coming off that Illinois and Maryland plays, but are they going to I think they win the game. I don't think they cover. I think that's too many points. I might have talked myself into Penn State plus 18.5.
I'm with you, Rod. I got first half with Kentucky. But I took the points, but I also like the full game money line. He said Kentucky 2-0 on the road. They had that good win in Florida last Saturday. A&M, I've talked about this game a lot. I think it's like their Super Bowl today. They really don't want to go 0-3 in conference, but I don't think it matters what they want. Kentucky wins this game, I think, too. I agree. Let's get it.
Tennessee making a little late push here. 5-point game. Live line plus 3.5. Tennessee, Georgia minus 3.5.
Are you going to bet anything here on it?
No. I really want to bet Georgia to win by double digits here, bro. Like it's damn near 10-1, a 5-point game that Tennessee's probably going to foul at that. Favorite UFC.
Carolina's got all their backups in. You gotta
Charlie.
wonder, maybe you could take Syracuse, but I'm not doing it. But North Carolina's got all their backups in. They've been struggling to score here the last minute or so. Couple minutes.
Shouts to my man Charlie Chips. My favorite like prop bet of the day is Tom Nolan by knockout rounds 1 or 2 -160. But my favorite plus money spot of the card is Marcus McGee and Gaston Bolanos fight to end by knockout at +110. You get the upside of both fighters. I like Marcus McGee, made a lot of money on Marcus McGee. As you know, my guy, Sean O'Malley's main training partner. But the one thing I don't like about Marcus McGee is I've yet to see Marcus McGee go inside a fight, shoot a blast double leg up against the cage, rip somebody down, and that's the easiest way to beat Gaston Bolanos. Gaston Bolanos is a decorated kickboxer. He's fought professional Muay Thai for like all of his life, and he's made the transition over to MMA in like the last like 2.5, 3 years. He fought over in Bellator, and if this fight's on the feet for 10 minutes, because I don't think it goes 15, I think Marcus McGee's walking himself into a bad game plan. Like if I could bet UFC, like if it was like a video game and I could control the fighter, Marcus McGee should just ragdoll him, bring him down to the ground and submit him. It would be the fight wouldn't last longer than like 2 minutes if he does that. But there's no evidence on any film that says Marcus McGee's going to wrestle. His only submission was against Journey Newsom in his UFC debut, where he knocked the dude out on the clean the fuck out cold, and then he submitted him. I don't know, man. A lot of people are betting the dog in that fight, and I see why. That fight's extended on the feet. Somebody's getting knocked out, and I hope it's one of the two because it's money on either side.
I got 5 words for you guys for the UFC. All you need to know: Magomed Ankalaev KO round 3 +900. Go ahead. Thank me later.
Okay, so the first 2 things you said were one person's names. I don't know the UFC, so I was about to say I only understood about half the words you just said.
Do you understand
the wildest thing about that fight? I've never seen, Mike, a fight lined in rounds 2, 3, or 4 for the fighter to win by knockout as low as +190, bro. That's absurd. That's absurd. Like I've never seen that before in a UFC main event fight. Bro, 2, 3, 4, and 5 is only +190. Like, wow. Like that line is usually set at like +500 minimum.
Well, yeah, I mean, for sure. And you look at this thing at the end of the day, when it, little rematch opportunity, there's already confidence in Magomed Ankalaev. Nice little rematch spot to get it done. And, it was the illegal knee the last time. So, they're sitting around calling Ankalaev a bitch, telling him he's cheating and all this and that. He's motivated to come out there and just fucking pop that dude right in the face, bust his jaw up for him, soften up his eye socket a little bit, maybe fucking give him a little cauliflower ear and then put his ass to sleep or knock his ass out in the 3rd round. That's one of those ones where he gets up, he's strapped to a gurney in the back of the ambulance, and he's like, "What happened? What round is it?" And they're like, "Dude, it's over." And who won? Not you, bro. You're in a hospital.
This one's about to tip right now, Dana. We talked about it earlier. I do like Wake Forest. I thought about looking at them as a money line parlay piece, but I like Wake Forest either way. For you guys, any thoughts real quick? That's about to tip right now.
I like Wake Forest. It would be Wake Forest or pass.
Big game for them. Virginia sucks. I didn't hear what you just said, but Virginia on the road is not a team I want to be a part of. And this is a big opportunity for Wake Forest. They've been piecing teams up early. Surprising victories that they've picked up here to start the season. So this is a big game for them. 6 feels like it's right about the right number. But you're going to take them now at 6 because in another week they're going to be 10s if they end up winning this game. So
agreed. Wake Forest has been on one, and they're coming off that loss of. I mean, both teams coming off a loss, but they're at home here. I like Wake Forest here. All right, Kelly, it's getting close. Tennessee's only down by 4 here. I'm still rooting for our guy C-Mac. He's got the 8.5 full game. I think that's the number he got. I don't know, but if he had full game. What up? Right on you.
What up?
What up?
What's that game got? About 4 minutes left also? Yeah, looks like 4:40 left in that game. So all of them coming down. Remember, we got the NFL Pub Hub coming up right after us, guys. They're going to break down, the NFL games, doing it on Saturday, special edition on Saturday here. NFL Pub Hub, tune in. And if you haven't yet, go to the Pub Sports Radio website. Make your picks for the UFC event. It's free. All you got to do is log into the website, and then you can make your picks. You don't got to pay anything. And it goes $100 to the winner. I did it here last time, just clicking the buttons in front of you guys without putting any thought to it. And I got 6. I could have won if I got like one more thing right. So you might as well try, even if you don't know UFC. Because it's free.
Copy this the right way. I need to record these bets.
3:20 here left in the game that we're here for, North Carolina, Syracuse. It is a nail biter. It will definitely come down to the wire here as North Carolina only leads 96-65 now.
How much is North Carolina up by? Say that again.
Syracuse just scored, so it is now 96-67.
Who is Syracuse play? Back to betting. Syracuse has been one of those teams, man. I've been making money on Syracuse this year. I still got faith in the Qs. Not in this game, not on this Saturday, but Syracuse has been good money, man. They're going to get undervalued again for this game, and I'm gonna keep on betting my Qs until they go into conference play, and that's when bygones are bygones with these teams. And North Carolina, you might have got me off of a bullshit first half today. Clemson last week. Damn, I've been betting against you guys a whole lot. I'm going to make my money. And when I do, it's going to be a nice large bet in that ACC tournament when they fucking lose.
We'll see, man. We'll see. I've been successful with them. We'll see. I hope we're just
successful with them too. I bet them in I've been up until the last 2 weeks, I've been dead on accurate in our UNC games because I bet them in that Jordan Classic tournament. That was like my biggest bets this year was North Carolina in that Jordan Classic tournament.
I mean, I'd take them against a lot of the top teams. I mean,
that's where I feel differently.
Yeah.
Like if you gave me North Carolina versus like Kentucky, I'm dying on my hill.
That's a good game.
But like that's where they're ranked at, bro. It's not like they're ranked at like 25 or 20. Like they're ranked at damn near top 10 team in the country. You start looking at matchups like if Kansas played North Carolina, who are you betting for real?
Kansas played North Carolina. North Carolina.
Yeah. I bet Kansas. Would he even blink twice?
It's a tough question for me because I just got fucked by Kansas, so hard for me to forgive and forget that quickly.
I'm forgiving and forgetting quickly, man.
It'd be a good game. What do you think the line would be in that? In neutral court?
Neutral court? Probably 3.5 for Kansas.
That sounds right. Sounds right. I'd take North Carolina plus 1.5 in the first half. You already know.
You already know.
I would.
You would go North Carolina first half? You seem like a Kansas first half guy.
Not in that game. Not in that game. I did cash a Kansas first half ticket the other day. That's why you're saying that, but not that game.
Yeah, the game that they fucked me in the full game.
Mm-hmm. You weren't on Kansas full game, were you?
Yeah, Kansas is one of those teams like you really gotta like deep dive their research because like they can make a first half look so easy and make a full game look so sweaty this year. But I think that's the flip today, man. I think Kansas is gonna be down a little bit at half today against OU. People gonna be sweating, or it could be the other way where Kansas just smokes them, or OU ends up winning the game. So it's 3 outcomes, and I hope it's the lighter outcome. Like I hope they just smoke them and I get this early payout of 21.
Well, they just decided to say fuck the last couple minutes of this game and switched it to the Kentucky A&M game, which hasn't tipped yet, but they switched the broadcast, which I understand because that game was terrible. So it looks like the game's over here, but you guys want to hit any last couple? I mean, we gave out a ton of shit.
I want to give this out. Shouts to Bill Self. Bill Self not being an old junkie. And when you do the same exact thing, what do you expect? And he had finally switched up the starting lineup. The freshman from Australia is starting today at the 2-guard position. And that kid can shoot. He might not play a lick of fucking defense, but man, for a team that hasn't been hitting jump shots, I'm glad to see the freshman sensation from Australia is in the starting lineup for the first time ever in his career. Kid can ball, man. He's going to give you great effort. He's one of the best 3-point shooters in the Big 12 / in the whole entire country. And he might be a year and a half away from being an NBA prospect. But shouts to Bill Self, man. Bench one of those veteran guys for the freshmen because the freshmen going to put the ball in the back of the net, man. That's what we need.
Hell yeah, Mikey, you're gonna be on the UFC stream, Mike? I know your brother.
I'm not sure what I got going on tonight. I might hit the road for go out and watch some fights and have a couple cocktails. So I'm still TBD. I haven't decided yet, but
Hi, I'm with the Port Commission.
I'm from the Athlete's Foot Family.
Couldn't help it. I saw it sitting there.
There it is. You guys know I got them Cleveland Brownies tonight, though. I like that spot quite a bit. And I already gave you all 5 words you need to know for the UFC. Let's get that plus 900 prop. KO round 3 main event. Let's go Ankalaev. Gonna piece that bitch up and show everybody just how vulnerable he is. Everyone loves him. Everybody loves him.
What was your brother's favorite UFC play for the weekend? I'm interested.
He had 3 of them. He had McGee inside the distance. He had Van to win the first fight there by decision, and that was a plus 200 spot. And I don't remember what his other one was. Oh, yeah,
I got Josh Van in a parlay, so I'm with him on that. And I wanted to parlay Marcus McGee, but I just don't think he wrestles. That fight, I think he wins inside the distance. But
he had one of the fights to end by knockout. He didn't pick a side. He picked the fight to go to knockout or finish by knockout. I don't remember what it was. I don't have it written down.
Phil Hawes, Bruno Ferreira.
No. I'll tell you what it was. I got it. Text it to me.
I like the Ankalaev.
Putting a ton of pressure on Kentucky right off the tip. Ton of pressure. They're going to play intense this game. I already knew that. I said that's what they do is their pressure is what the difference is in games, but damn, they're aggressive early.
He had Van by decision, McGee inside the distance, and he took the Miller Benitez fight to end by knockout. That was a minus 110, I believe. The McGee inside the distance was minus 115, and Van by decision was plus 200. That's just 3 spots.
Damn, Kelly. Tennessee game's tied.
Tennessee game is tied. You could have just got some crazy plus money on the one side. I thought Georgia was going to run away with it a little bit, but I don't have the sound on. It looked like somebody got hurt for Georgia.
Such a shot. See, now I got my eyes on Kentucky A&M because, like I said, I do have this Kentucky first half. Terrible shot by Kentucky. C-Mac, you want to hit the chat for us one more time before we wrap things up? And like I said, turn into the NFL Pub Hub coming up right here.
Yeah, wait. We got to stay on a few more minutes here. We got to finish this Georgia game. We're not.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Even if they lose, we got 8 points.
You guys call it out then, because if you guys got it on.
I don't have it on. I just have the game.
I actually have the game on right now. We got Georgia.
All right, get it, Beeman.
Georgia free throw line, and they make it 79-78. 2 minutes left. And man, this feels like a Georgia football game, not a basketball game. There's a lot of fucking people in the stands. They got hella fucking shit going on. And Tennessee with the dagger from deep. They're up by 2. Tennessee hits a big 3. Georgia's in distraught. They didn't expect that one to go in the back of the net. They're shooting some dumb shots. Bad layup. bad shot attempt there by Georgia. Tennessee slowing up the ball. Man, I can't believe that kid hit that three, bro. That shit was deep and contested. Hostile environments. What did Dick Vitale used to say? Big time players step up in big games, and this kid's a big time player.
Let's go, Kentucky.
Yeah,
Another big
so
shot.
Wildcats.
On the clock, he pulls it again, but this time is an air ball and no shot clock violation. Under a minute left here. Georgia's got the ball at the top of the key. I think we're going to see overtime. No foul.
It's so aggressive.
Out of bounds. I don't know how, but I believe Tennessee just got the ball back. That was a lot of shit that just happened at the bottom of the baseline there. Like from this camera angle, I have no idea who touched it last.
Damn, Bradshaw already has 2 fouls for Tennessee. That is not good. A&M is playing so aggressive. They hit a free throw, made a shot, missed the free throw, got the rebound, hit a 3. So they just had a fucking 5-point possession.
I feel like that's how you got to play Kentucky, because if you sit back, oh man, you're gonna let those boys start getting hot. I feel like the way to beat Kentucky is like you kind of just have to let Robert Dillingham like self implode and just throw the ball out of bounds a bunch.
Wow, a really deep three. A&M's not gonna. They're just hitting that.
Whose ball this is, and this is like probably the most crucial call this whole entire game right now. From me watching it, bro, I have no idea. Like the camera angle that they gave us watching the game, I have no idea who touched it last. I think Georgia touched it last, but I don't know.
Must have 3 response by Kentucky because A&M had an 8-point swing there in like a very small period of time. See, I'll get going on this one. We stay here live. When does the NFL pop up? It's about to kick off, isn't it?
2:30?
Like in 15 minutes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How much time we got left in this Georgia-Tennessee game?
Probably like another it says a minute, but you know how college basketball is. A minute in a national television game is really like 20.
It'll be perfect. We'll just roll in right to there and send you guys over right to there. To the public.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna grab a drink really quick, C-Mac, then, because I was out. I was just gonna hold it, but yeah.
Oh my god, this is like a weird conundrum. I wish I would have watched this game in entirety because I probably would have bet Tennessee live. But from the parts that I watched, I thought Georgia was gonna run away with this one, and that's not the case. I think Tennessee is gonna pull out the W here if this is their ball. And from the facial expressions, no sound on the TV, but from the facial expressions, stadium don't look too happy about that call. What's the official call here, ref? Yeah, Tennessee ball here. Yeah, the stadium. I was going to say the stadium went from being everybody up to everybody sitting down, kind of like, ugh. Tennessee's got ball here, 50 seconds left. And if you're Georgia here, call me crazy, man. I'll start fouling. Because you know what happens? Exactly that. You walk inside this. So what happened there was Georgia almost dribbled the ball into a double team because the way Tennessee had to rotate, they had to double team the one side with the help guy ended up committing a reach-in foul when you could have just fouled 15 seconds ago. You know what I'm saying? Like,
God damn, this is horrible. In the fucking game here.
You're going to wait to trap the ball to go inside a 1-on-1, and the dude just fouled the guy 15 seconds after where you could have just fouled him as soon as he caught the ball. I don't know, man. Some of these coaches be thinking that their players are better than what they are. And you fouled the best free throw shooter on Tennessee. Connect. I want to jack up his name, but connects at the free throw line. Hit the first one, and don't connect. 35 points today, 5 for 8 from the 3-point line. He's looking like he's trying to get those ACC or not ACC, SEC Player of the Year honors, as I talked about Tolo Smith being the best player in the ACC earlier this stream. Connect said, not so yet. Georgia shoots the three. Off. That's ball game, folks. Not official yet, but ball game.
Is that it? Good.
No, they got
4-point win?
2 offensive rebounds. They got 2 offensive rebounds here.
Yeah, okay. I thought they might go for the quick 2. I don't know. They would have had to foul again.
That's what I'm saying. Like, off of that defensive possession alone, it just looked like the Bulldogs a little bit
Man,
of
this was a sweat here at the end. What the fuck?
The old sweater.
It's Tennessee, man. Like, as much as I think that this team isn't that good, man, they keep on proving me time and time again that they're legit.
No, they're good.
Yeah. Like, when I mean like good, I mean like
Well, then they always lose right in the tournament, and that's all that matters.
Fellas, I got to dip on out of here. I gotta get up and get going.
We're about to get out of here in a minute.
Or
Sounds
the
good.
big UFC. Good to see you boys, though. Good hanging out. Let's get that cash.
Yeah.
2 o'clock all of a sudden turned out from nothing into something. So let's go cash. Let's get that UFC. Remember, Ankalaev knockout round 3 plus 900. We'll talk about it.
I like that spot, man. Mike's definitely put some thought inside my head because I, prior to talking to Mike, didn't even want to bet the main event. And the craziest part is the one bet I have written down is fight to start round 3. So the fact that you're telling me round 3 knockout makes me like it even like 10 times more. Like I definitely see it. And then the fact that I told you that the 2-3-4 is only 190,
Yep.
bro. He's getting the knockout in one of those rounds. Like,
Yeah,
you might just bet him. I might bet him singly and put like.
Okay, we cashed it. There we go. Fuck it.
Third round.
All right, boys. Have yourselves a weekend. I'll see you soon.
All right, Mikey. Later. There he goes. Mike M. Pimp Slap. Play of the day. Billy, hit it up real quick. Give us your last looks before we get out of here. On anything real quick.
Last look of the day. It's probably listed on your added board for majority of books, but we're rocking with Lipscomb today. I'm jacking up the name. Lipscomb's playing Austin Peay. I'm on Lipscomb first half full game. Smash spot.
What's the line? What do you got on that?
3.5 first half.
Okay.
Minus 115. Full game 6.5 minus 118. Smash spot for Lipscomb. They're playing Austin Peay. Austin Peay, I believe off the top of my head. Actually, I have it right here. 2-7 straight up on the road this year. Lipscomb undefeated at home. They've been turning around offensively, and their defense should be able to stop Austin Peay, who's really only has one guy that's really like to worry about. So I think Lipscomb continues this undefeated at home streak that they got in conference play. And the team that I've been making money on. I mean, hopefully they can cash me some tickets today.
Hell yeah. Our guy, check him out. UFC start. When are you guys live here? An hour and a half? Is that out early?
Yeah. UFC card probably go off 4:15, 4 o'clock time over here on Pub Sports Radio following the conclusion of the NFL Pub Hub. Make sure you get your I would say get your books ready, get your pen and paper out, because it's going to be a wild afternoon worth of action, man. Don't get yourself hands folded where the books got you fucked.
Yeah. Real quick, Chris, I will have something I believe in the NBA. I just started going through it here today, but Dutch gave out what? Knicks first half?
Yeah,
earlier.
I like that spot. Them off.
What is that? What do you get? -5?
No, in Dutch, you probably got 4.5.
No, 4.5 or 5.
-5. It went up to 6.5. Yeah.
Yeah, he probably got it a little bit lower, but he was on that. I do know that from earlier today. But shout out to everyone. Yeah, 10 minutes. Take a quick break. Go get something to drink. Come right over. Check out Jimmy. Everyone break down the NFL, all the playoffs of all this weekend. of all these games, not just today. So, and we got 2 big ones coming up: Cleveland, Houston, Miami, Kansas City. But shout out to you guys, appreciate it. Ramon, Scott, Kelly. Oh yeah, no big deal. Hey, we're gonna be against each other sometimes. Nick, Rod Z, as always, my dude, Perky, Lexicon, Leonard, my man, VP. What's going on? The Fix is in. Great to see you up in here, dude. Dana, what up? What up? My man, Charlie Chips, as always. Shout out to all you guys. Kirk, Gray, Nutflush was in here earlier. North Ender, Coin, all our regulars that support us here at Pub Sports Radio. For real, that's we appreciate it. Shout out to all the members, especially in green, all the real ones that come in here, and support us day in and day out. No matter what's going on, even on a game like this or who the fuck's playing, we're gonna break it down and hopefully give you some good action on a good Saturday. So really appreciate all you guys up in here. Means a ton, baby.
Make sure you guys keep on coming here on these Saturdays, because as we get closer and closer to Pubapalooza / March Madness, these Saturday streams are become more and more important. And I was talking to a couple buddies that are big college basketball bettors, and hopefully we can get one of them on one of these live streams in the upcoming week.
Yeah,
it's an early time for him, but man, dude is one of the sharpest college basketball handicappers that I know. He's right there in Vegas with their CMAC. So I love to hear the Vegas boys talk about it. But that's why you guys got to like and subscribe to stay tuned to see who's going to be on one of these Saturday upcoming live streams. March Madness is around the corner. Conference play. Oh, I need to get paid.
That sounds dope as shit, man. Kentucky missing some easy shots here. A&M's playing aggressive, man. Down 16-21 early, but hell yeah, that sounds dope, Billy. Like you said, C-Mac, you hit the chat one last time, and everybody out there, we appreciate you. If you're a member, we really appreciate that. If you're not a member and you can become a member, it's only $4.99. Helps a ton. Get to the Pub Hub here, just a few minutes. Any last words for the chat, C-Mac, or for everybody?
No, shout out to all you guys. Like, we don't push anything or sell any of that stuff. Support everything, though, on Pub. I know you guys join, whether it's the NFL, like the playoff pool, grab some of our merch. I'm rocking a shirt right here, Pub Sports Radio. Become a member. That's about it. And usually just when we go on these streams, hit the goddamn thumbs up if you can. But if you don't, hit the thumbs down. I really don't give a shit. We'll be here. We'll be back. That's it, baby.
Yeah, we be bumming. Yeah.